And with the bench warmers ready to take a stand. From the basement dungeon, we spread the word. Every hot take, every story absurd. We don't need no stadium, we bring the heat. Talking sports like warriors on these urban streets. Down in the basement, we rock the scene. The bench warmers living the dream. We ain't mainstream, but we speak the truth. No holds barred, we're the voice of the youth. Locked in a room, no escape in sight. Talking sports day and night. Podcast vibes, microphone in hand. With the bench warmers ready to take a stand. From the basement dungeon, we spread the word. Every hot take, every
I'm not doing this because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourself.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh my God. There's 100 morons in my basement. It's you, Larry. Lollygaggers.
Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3. Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
The Basement Benchwarmers.
Wake up, Willie.
Back for another
We
week.
beat Medicare. Joe, we beat Skittles.
Now you can hear me.
Yeah. How was our
Nice.
week? Let's start with we got Tim Net here tonight and myself, Scott. So let's start with that. Let's go quick. We might have a lot to talk about. We've been off for a couple weeks, and it is upon us, the 4th of July week. A lot of people off a couple days, maybe all week. Who knows? So let's see how it goes tonight with a lot of information we got for you. Probably nothing that you can take forward in life, but hey, what the hell? So let's start off with Ed. Ed, how are you and how was your week?
Well, we've had 2 weeks, so I don't know. In the last week or so, I've observed the two most unifying things this country has experienced in my lifetime, just in the last 2 weeks. With all the polarizing identity politics we're blasted with each day by the corporate media that spews whatever propaganda their masters feed them, it was great to see the country finally come together on two issues. First, the Hawk Tua girl. Not since the Tiger King pranced across our Netflix screens.
She's huge.
As a white trash person captivated America with their trailer park colloquialisms.
It's awesome.
I know. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
And
she's everywhere.
Yeah. And second, 81 million voters finally saw what we saw 4 years ago. Joe Biden's a water-headed puppet controlled by deep state actors behind the scenes. Even his nurse/wife was seen packing her suitcase today. So, next up, we get to see whoever the CIA picks to replace him. So, should be interesting.
It's not Kamala.
It's going to be really interesting if they actually make Trump a political prisoner and arrest all his lawyers and advisors like they've been doing. But I don't know. Remember to wear a seatbelt the next few months. And we'll keep you up to date on the Benchwarmers podcast weekly. This could be the most interesting summer
It's going to be awesome. Aneurysm.
Yes, so, I don't know. I didn't even watch that.
Shit.
I didn't even watch it.
I watched it for like 10 minutes and I just felt dumber after watching it because it was just this guy.
Well, you sent it over. You said I just turned it on mute and I'm watching their faces.
Their facial expressions are awesome. Trump look
It's like when you watch porn.
With the sound off because your wife's sitting next to you, but she's snoring.
Right?
You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Wow. I don't. Ding.
It's like that girl looks very happy. That makes me happy.
She must smell brownies. That's what I look like. I smell brownies.
Exactly. Oh shit.
Christ. So, how was your week, Tim?
My week is great.
Our
Good-
weeks.
Good 2 weeks. A lot of golf, a lot of drinking. Fond du Lac was a riot. Learned that that I need to try out new edibles before I take them out in public.
Yeah, we've all been. Some of us have been there before.
Right? Yeah.
Sleepy Tim.
Right. And watch traffic patterns sometimes when you're crossing the street.
That was a close one.
Wow.
I'm like, there goes Timmy. He's going to make it across. Oh, my God.
It was pretty close. Yeah, fun couple weeks.
You know what, though? When you cross the road in a rainstorm like that, you never look for the U-turner.
No. Yeah.
I was not
What the
looking.
fuck?
It caught me by surprise, and I'm like,
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah.
I might have pilled myself. I'll
was
never
close.
admit it. So I might have caught a cold Friday night.
Can you imagine if they would have hit you?
What's that?
Can you imagine if they would have hit you?
I would have fucking snapped.
No, they
Because I was already angry.
Probably I thought they hit like a bear or a deer or something.
right? Yeah. It would have been like Hulk smash.
Public Works would be over there with a shovel coming to get you.
Any last request? Brat, old fashioned. Olives.
Just keep bringing them over.
So, yeah. Fun times.
Yeah. Felt the same for me.
Right.
That was it?
Yeah.
I got to see the Cubs play Friday night. Thoroughly not surprised by the performance. Actually was surprised they didn't give up the lead. They just gave up duck snort,
and a grand slam.
And
today another grand slam.
Yeah.
The Brewers are on a grand slam breakfast tear.
Yeah. Grand Slam. Yeah, Denny's. They should get Denny's to sponsor them for a couple weeks.
Right.
But yeah, my week's good. Couple weeks. I don't know. Yeah, everything's cool. Got holidays upon us. A lot of stuff going on next week. Won't be here next week. So
this is a good setup, though. Now we only got to go to work for a couple days here, and then you're back off again.
Mm-hmm.
So we get along next week's long.
I like how it laid out. So it should be a good time. We got Kingfish tomorrow night, looks like, and then Eric, the Benchwarmers, is going to have us over on Wednesday night.
Yeah, we're gonna have go-kart races in his front yard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't tell him yet, but
Yeah?
I'll let him know. When
I don't
we
know.
get trailer drops off the go karts, he'll know.
Awesome.
He has a heart attack when we just talk about that.
Yeah, I know.
So let's go to Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Tonight's brought to us by Medicare, if it's still there.
We beat it.
We beat it. I don't know.
Well,
what that
in
means.
6. We beat it in 6.
Oh, Medicare and
In
us,
Medicare in
us,
6.
Us in 6.
Yeah, it was a 7-game series.
USA in 6. We beat it. We beat it, guys. Good job. Good job. Anyway, who wants to start tonight? Timmy, you start with whatever you want.
All right. I'm gonna go with Carlos Rodon.
Good or ugly, bad?
That's good. I'm sorry.
Okay, good.
So we was getting pounded 8-2.
Yeah.
And refused to leave the game when Boone came out to take him out. He said no. He goes, I want to pitch 5 innings. So Boone left him in.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking one for the team, essentially.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks he's selfish, but he's actually taking it for the
Right.
team.
Right.
Because he's getting hammered.
Right.
Game's over.
Right. Have a little pride, trying to like help the team out so they have to keep using the
Yeah.
bullpen because I want to say the bullpen's been not overused for the Yankees, but at that point it was. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So that's my good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, my good is Hockey Hall of Fame. Announcer 7 members. Jeremy Roenick, one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites, Pavel Datsyuk from the Red Wings. And then Shea Weber, Shea Weber is a defenseman, I want to say for Nashville. Wasn't he?
Was he?
Is it Nashville?
Sounds like, yeah.
Right.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
And then women's hockey stars, Natalie Darwitz, Chrissy Wendell Pole. That's right up our alley here.
Giggity.
And then some executives and stuff. So,
Was that her
but
middle name?
both of those girls played at the University of Minnesota, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, so
Minnesota's got a good women's hockey program.
I'm gonna guess they
I
got
thought-
2 Hall of Famers.
I thought Wisconsin was the better one of
Well,
those.
yeah, Wisconsin's better, but
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's good. I mean, some guys we know finally. You
Right.
know, a lot of times you see these things. It's like I know one guy.
What's the eligibility requirements? Like, how long do they have to be retired to be eligible for the
I
hockey?
think it's 4 also.
Is it 4 years?
I think it's
I
4.
think Ronick's been retired for
Ronick's got the same problem that Schilling has in baseball.
too many good guys that were.
He talks a lot, and he's a lot of stuff he says is I think more conservative type stuff that offends people.
Gotcha.
So it took him a while. I think it took 12 years.
Right.
If that sounds right.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember him being very controversial, like as a player.
No.
Like I thought he was well liked in the media because like sometimes some of those guys, the media members don't like him, and
Right.
he doesn't get voted
Like
in.
a Ted Williams type guy, but
Right.
I mean, they had no choice but to vote him in.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, but guys like that, like I don't remember him like having any problems with the media and stuff like that. So, and he's a media member now, right?
Yeah, and I think that's part of it, the media part,
right,
where I think he says a lot of shit.
Right.
I think he does.
probably.
So, but yeah,
Yeah, good for him.
great players.
Yeah.
Datsyuk was amazing when he come up. Just his stick handling was off the charts.
Yeah.
So,
My good is Bo Jackson. He is going to, since he probably won't make a lot of Hall of Fames in his life just because his careers were so short, he is getting inducted into the Kansas City Royals Hall of Fame coming up here. So
Well deserved.
Yep, Bo Jackson will be inducted into a Hall of Fame. Probably a couple other teams will throw him into along the way. I'm guessing the Raiders will, and I'm guessing
The White Sox.
the White Sox possibly. Doesn't outside outside. I mean, but the Royals good for him. He was. I mean, it's a shame he didn't play as long as he did because he would have been a Hall of Famer probably in football. I
And
believe for sure.
I think he would have been Hall of Fame both sports.
Yeah, I've been close.
Yeah, if you played either one.
Baseball would have been tough.
yeah, baseball would be tough. Football, you only got to play about 5 years, and
Right.
you can,
If he would have picked one sport or the other, I think he would have been a Hall of Famer either one.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're probably right.
He was good.
So, I mean, other than George Brett, like what other Kansas City Royal do you think of besides?
Oh, there's a few. I mean,
Well, I mean,
Saberhagen, Willie
I was going to say
Wilson.
Saberhagen is another, but I mean, Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Right.
Ben Zobrist. Joking.
Back-to-back World Series champion.
Yeah.
Back to the.
I mean, people in Kansas City would probably pick different guys than we would because they, for recency bias.
Right.
I don't even know who was on that. Was that Hosmer
Jim
and
Fry.
Jim Fry?
He's a manager.
Whitey Herzog was
Whitey
too.
Herzog, yeah.
Ned Yost. Where we at here?
Bad or ugly?
You got any
Tim?
more goods or you?
Yeah, any more goods?
The other good that I had was the NFL with the $4.1 billion judgment versus the NFL with the NFL Sunday Ticket. So, all these people that got gouged for years for buying that package, So I thought it was a good thing that.
Yeah, I mean, what is this going to do? I mean, do we know yet?
No.
Is it going to open up more avenues for us to view games, or?
I mean, we don't. I guess for us, it doesn't really like for us, meaning like people in the area, because
we're getting our teams anyway,
right? Even if because most of it, even if the game, like even the Packer games were on Amazon, they were still being played
6 or 12, maybe.
12,
right?
or
Exactly. The only people like in this area that's kind of like is suffered is the Bear fans, unless they have like an over the air antenna, right? Because
we got on cable, we get.
Oh, do you?
13.
Yes, you have AT&T, so I don't have.
We
Spectrum.
still get Chicago station.
Okay.
And when I have the antenna, and sometimes I struggle to get the Bears games.
Really?
They don't come in great. Sometimes.
Gotcha.
Which kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to climb up on the roof and maybe readjust that thing a little bit.
Right. So, but I mean, NFL's still making up for it with a lot of greed anyway, because they're going to have games every day during the week this year. So,
except Wednesday.
So, well, no, they're going to have.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You're right.
They're going to have a game.
That's either probably going to be. What's the Wednesday game? It's going to be Christmas
Eve, or Christmas Day, right?
Christmas Day, I think is.
I think it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, and those might
those
be
those 2 weeks are going to be something for work again. You're going to be just pretty much off for 2 weeks,
right?
Because it's landing right in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
All right, good. Huh? I had another good to Joe Kenleone. I can't say his name. Caglianone from Florida in the College World Series. Hit his 75th home run
of the game.
No, 75th home run of his career for Florida.
That'd be a record.
So that was the most in Florida history. Broke Matt Laporta's record.
Oh, Matt Laporta. Okay.
Nice.
The Brewer. Yeah. Well, he came from the Indians, or vice versa. He went from the Brewers to the Indians. Yeah.
One of those guys, can't miss guys.
Yeah. Just missed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tennessee won the College World Series.
In Tennessee won. Yeah. That's where I was going. That was going to be my next thing. So.
That coach stayed though, right? He didn't leave the next day for Texas. Oh,
I see what you did there.
I will not be the next head coach of Alabama. I mean,
you got any more goods?
I just got it just now.
Okay.
Wyatt Langford hit for the cycle tonight.
Nice.
Texas Rangers rookie.
I hope I started him. I'm looking.
Youngest ever?
No, I don't think youngest ever.
He's still a teenager, right? Or is he 20?
He's the first one of the year.
He's young, and he's been struggling. He was injured for a little bit.
He's a Florida alum too, right? He played for Florida. I want to 99.9% sure he went to Florida.
Possible.
Huh? Look it up.
Yeah, he may have. Yeah, it doesn't say any age on this. It just says he hit for the cycle.
Okay.
So they must be. It's a pretty fresh story.
What's his name?
Wyatt Langford. He is a Texas Ranger rookie this year. Correct, Ed? He's a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
Yep.
And he was in college last year. He's already. They knew he was going to be.
Yeah, and he was in college for a couple years though. So
he's 22.
Yeah. So I did start him today. 4 for 5, 3 runs, 4 RBIs.
Wow.
Did play for Florida.
No?
He did.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. So you're bad or ugly, Tim? What do you want to do?
I want to do. Let's do bad. Let's do Kyle Fopowski.
Yeah.
Duke University center. Kid could have went out as a freshman, probably would have been a first round pick, decided to go back to Duke, work on his game, and ends up getting fucked, literally, because the teams refused to draft him early enough. Questions not about his game or his attitude or his physical abilities, but his girlfriend. So, I don't know if you know the story, like he's dating a woman that's 8 years older than he is, and the rumor is that he was being groomed since they started dating basically 2 years ago. So a lot of teams shied away from him because they had concerns about his girlfriend.
But not groomed, like sexually groomed mentally, you're saying, pretty much.
Right. Yeah. So family babysitter, they've known her for years, and Kyle's like moved away from his family, doesn't talk to his family anymore, or anything like that. So very strange and unique situation where...
But when Wander Franco does it to a 12-year-old, nobody gives 2 shits.
Right. Yeah, but I
they
mean,
still
who knows?
Drafted him once.
Who knows how much money that cost him? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Just the difference between, I mean, he was the 32nd pick, still second round, but You know, he would have had guaranteed first round money if he was the 30th pick.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, though. He's still gonna have to prove himself to make a career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Do you think
7 foot? I mean, a lot of those 7 foot guys have.
Yeah, I mean they have good careers,
Right.
even as a backup.
And as a blue blood program,
Kaminsky, you know.
Yeah, Kaminsky played for 5-6 years.
Oh yeah,
so-
he's probably made 25-30 million.
Right.
I don't know what he made. It was a lot.
One of Michael Jordan's greatest picks. So, yeah, that's one of my bads.
That's weird when it happens to him. Nobody really. There's not a whole ton of outrage.
Isn't it weird how it's a woman and it's? I mean, what if it was the other way around?
I know that's. I
Right.
was kind of making the Wander Franco joke.
Right.
Is he still was a #1 pick, and he's a child molester essentially. They didn't know, but
right. I mean, he was going after like
But
14-year-old.
wasn't it Michael Irvin? They asked, was it him when they asked about his mom being a prostitute or something? Or
No, that was
who was that?
Was that T.O.?
No, I thought it was like
It was another receiver.
I thought it was a Dallas guy.
I thought it was one of the Bengals receivers. Not T. Higgins. No, but someone did ask. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they made a big to do about it, about asking. But then this lady, I think she's Mormon as well.
She's Mormon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's 8 years old. Like he's 20, she's 28.
But they don't have a problem when like President Macron in France's girlfriend or wife is like 30 years older than him, you know?
Right. Belichick's dating a 24-year-old. He's what, 78?
Oh, and everybody's like, go Belichick.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, this situation that
right.
His draft stock probably took a hit for that.
Took a big hit.
But I mean, is it kind of similar to the Kurt Warner thing? And Kurt Warner's a whole different situation coming in the league, but where his wife kind of has control of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but that's
you know what I mean?
I don't know about that. I don't think it's the same. I don't know.
I don't think it is
but he
either.
wasn't an 18.
And was it? And they're saying it's 18.
Yeah,
This has been going on since he was 16.
A babysitter.
15.
What
Right.
18-year-old has
They've
a
known her
babysitter
for years.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
Right.
So, and like I said, we're out of here now. Really, but this is the same thing that with Colin Kaepernick. He started dating a woman that changed.
That's a good one.
This is what scares teams away nowadays.
Right.
What's his next move when he joins our team?
Right.
Is he going to freak out and just say, I'm done?
Right.
Are they wasting a pick?
That's a great comparison
Yeah,
right there. The
it's-
Kaepernick, where she led him astray into all this progressive nonsense.
Which you want to believe it, then you got to move that way and do that for a living. Then that's
And
your
he
thing.
did.
Yeah, that's your thing. That's fine. But they're afraid that he might just go, well, I'm going to be a Mormon now. My wife doesn't want me to play basketball anymore.
Right.
That could be it. That could be.
It
what's
could
scaring
be,
him.
yeah.
I don't know how it works.
I don't either.
But like I said, they say it started when it was 18. I think that's a bunch of crap.
I think it started earlier than that. Yeah.
Yeah, when he turned 18, that's when he started.
I can't.
we were just soaking before that.
I can't wait for the Hallmark movie.
Can't wait to see Cameron, or what's her name, Candace Cameron Bure playing the wife or the lady,
right?
And Jory Lawrence playing the kid.
Whoa!
On a box.
Whoa! Can you imagine?
Whoa!
Yeah, what's the thing? It's like, Kyle, you going to prom? Who you bringing to prom? You know, it's like Betty White comes. You know,
Thank you for being a friend. That's awesome.
And then Dorothy
That's
just
awesome.
goes,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Wah, wah, wah. So Ed, you're back.
My
You're
bad
back.
is the Pistons firing Monty Williams.
Mhm. Hired a new coach too already.
Yeah, 1 year and an 8. Wasn't it 8 year or 6 year?
No, it was a 5-year contract.
It was a lot though.
But yeah, they're paying out $60 million. Plus, he was getting paid. He's still getting paid too by Phoenix.
So the Bucks and the Pistons were fighting, and I think wasn't it Phoenix too? Who else was looking for a coach last year?
Well,
Phoenix.
Phoenix for sure.
It was Phoenix, right?
Because Monty Williams left them, was going to quit because his wife was sick, I believe, and then they offered him to stay.
Do you
So he
remember
went.
this? And they're
'Cause
going.
He was out of
They didn't
contract.
offer him a contract.
Yeah, Monty Williams was out of contract.
No, they fired him.
Oh, they did fire Monty
They
Williams.
they
yeah.
fired
Yeah.
him after leading them to the finals and stuff.
the year before. Yeah.
Right.
So
'Cause-
last year, Budenhauser and Monty Williams get fired after having great seasons and all that. You know,
Yeah.
people are fighting over Monty Williams. Why aren't we interviewing him? Why is he not on the top of our list? And the Bucks coach gets fired within half the season. You know, the replacement for Budenhauser, and Monty Williams lasts 1 year.
Yeah. Well, I don't think.
We had to make
There-
a change, but yeah, it didn't work.
Remember though, too, like Detroit came to him and said, "Hey, do you want to coach?" And he turned him down twice.
Mhm.
And then they came with the Godfather offer, so we're going to pay you $8 billion. And he said, "Okay." I really think he really wanted to take a year off or two and then come back, but they made him such a high offer that he kind of felt compelled to do it. I don't really think he was really like into it this year.
Dude, gets paid that kind of money, you got to be into it,
Right.
though.
Exactly. So, I mean, he could have sat.
It had to be a disaster if he got fired in his
Well,
first year.
they fired him, which means it wasn't his choice, which is weird because the team wasn't obviously
Not great. The roster construction,
they
great.
improved. I mean, at times
They
last year, start the year, they were pretty good to start, and they kind of tailed off.
Yeah, and they had some injuries again.
Yeah, and they don't have that guy. They don't have that.
No.
They need us. If they had one, like throw Donovan Mitchell on that team. They're totally different.
Right.
They're a better team. They're not.
Plus,
they're better.
Right. Plus, remember too, this is a team that was tanking, and this for the last 3 years, and they ended up with the number 5 pick the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So then they never got that big superstar they were looking for.
They didn't get Wemby.
Right. Plus, that the front office gave him this roster and said, make something of it. And they weren't really, and that's part of the reason why the GM's not there, because Monty wasn't playing certain guys and they ended up playing them and they played better. So, you know, the front office and Monty were going back and forth. So it was just a big mess anyway.
And you're right, too. And you look at their team. I mean, they got like the 2 centers. They've got a couple guards.
Cade Cunningham.
They're
Ivy,
very
yeah.
similar, all of them.
They can't shoot.
There's like no guy that is a step above that one guy.
Right.
These guys are they're solid.
Right.
But they're all in that same.
They got a bunch of 2s and 3s.
Yeah, you're right.
They
exactly.
got no 1s.
Yeah,
they got no top
Cade's
tier
like
guys.
a 1B.
Yeah, where I'll go back to the Bucks just because I'm familiar with them.
Right.
The Bucks have, kind of whatever. We talk about Giannis and Lillard, but they got 2 1s.
Right.
Yeah.
They have 2 1s.
Those are 2 of the top.
They have 2 1s. I
Right.
mean,
Whatever.
we know there's flaws there and here and there,
Well,
but they have 2 1s.
Those are 2 of the top 10 players in the league.
Yeah,
Right.
there's 2 1s.
And they have a really good 2. Really. Cash
Lopez?
Money. Cash money.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You're right. I agree. He's a good
He's
2.
a 2C.
He might be the one. He would be the one on the Pistons maybe if he went healthy.
Yeah.
Right.
He'd be the one.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't put him top.
They do
40
have
in the
some
league,
big
but-
time talent on that Bucks team, but they don't have
Right.
any depth, obviously.
But, you know,
Which
going
happens.
Right. Going back to like a new management coming in, at least they know what their direction is. Like they got Landon coming in, he's highly respected. I expect those guys to be contending in the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, did you hear about the high school coach who got fired for taking $74,000?
I know who it
that
is.
was supposed to be donations.
I know who it is.
That was mine.
Because it's on my list too.
Ex number 1 pick Jamarcus Russell was fired for taking $74,000 allegedly.
Allegedly. Right.
So Jamarcus Russell is in a little
It
trouble.
allegedly went in his alleged bank account.
Yeah, allegedly he got a new Porsche, and allegedly took a trip to the Caymans. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say.
We beat Medicare.
Right.
So
that should have been the name of the episode.
Oh, great, good call.
So if he stole 74,000, well,
Allegedly,
it was a donation to a school.
yeah,
He took 55,000 directly deposited in his own account.
allegedly.
Allegedly into his alleged account that said Jamarcus A. Russell. Sign here.
My favorite Jamarcus Russell story ever is a story that was told that the coach sent him home with back in the VHS tape days, sent him home with tapes. They were all blank. Next day he came. They asked him, "Did you watch the tapes, Jamarcus?" "Oh yeah, I watched them all." Nothing on the tapes. They were blank.
That's awesome.
The Raiders did. It was the Raiders.
Did you?
So
Did you remember draft day? Where the one team would put money in the playbooks.
yeah.
That reminds me of that story.
Well, the great thing about computers nowadays is now you can actually see if they viewed it even.
Right.
You can monitor that,
Oh,
so
yeah.
nobody can sneak away with that anymore.
Right.
That's the one.
It's like when Homer Simpson was working on the computer and he had that bird with where it dip in the water and then
it was doing it for him.
Yeah, it's just hitting the yes button.
Any more bads?
Let's see, bads. That was my one for that one. No, I got more uglies.
Okay, let's do the uglies then, Tim.
One of my uglies is the fucking Chicago Bulls trading. I mean, I like Josh Giddey, but
Giddey.
I like Josh Giddey. He's a young playmaker.
Yeah, he's trying to bang Kyle. The hell?
But to trade a guy that you turn down a number 10 first round pick for and not get a pick back in return is just
And you trade it with a team that has so many first round picks. They have to get rid of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They have no
give
choice.
them away.
Even if you got like a second round, like
You get a first round pick. You get a first round
exactly.
pick.
Right.
Look under your seat. You get a first round pick.
Right. I mean, I understand that, but Caruso's better than Giddey. So I mean, it just befuddles me. Like, again, here's another team that you don't know what they are or what they're doing. You know what I mean? So I like their draft pick. We probably talk about the draft later.
Yeah.
I like that aspect. They signed Patrick Williams today too, which we can get into that as well. But like, I just don't understand what they're doing. Like, are you rebuilding? Are you just getting rid of guys?
I don't understand what they're doing, and I don't think they know what they're doing.
No, it's like, and not to pile on the Bucks though too with their draft. Again, another team that, like, what are they doing as well? Like, here's a team that needs to get more athletic and younger, and they're taking.
Well, they got younger.
Yeah, but that guy's not going to see the court for another 3 years. What's the point? That's the waste of a draft pick.
Is the Bucks picks, you think, just for after Giannis and Dame are gone?
I believe so.
It has to be.
Yeah,
I think they're already drafting
building
for the future.
Right.
And these guys are both like a future, like they're taking a shot at him.
Yeah,
almost like a Giannis type guy.
I want to see what happens with free agency and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like how they're going to go about this. Beasley's probably gone because he's probably
Lopez got to be gone.
Lopez is still
Or
under contract, but Beasley's unrestricted.
Okay.
So
And Beverly too.
Are you really losing anything with
No,
losing Beverly?
good fights.
At the end of the season, I like what he did, but in big picture, he made difference on the court.
He could play
at
some
times.
D, man.
He did,
Right?
And he played through an injury last year. At the end of the year, I mean, it's a kind of that guy you need to give your team a who you are on the court,
right?
But once again, at the end of the year, what he did at the end of the year was just.
I mean, right now with what the Bucks have on their roster and what without some big pickup, I don't think they're contending for the championship. But a top 4 team
Right.
in the East.
The Knicks have. In my mind, the Knicks have passed them up. The rumors Paul George might be going to Philadelphia. If that happens, they pass the Bucks.
Yeah.
So in Miami, if they're healthy, they're going to be better than the Bucks. So.
And it's Butler's last year, so
right. And Boston is obviously
obviously. So you think they're still a playoff team, obviously, with 2 top 10 players.
Yeah, but they're not an East finalist anymore, right? Not like they were coming in this year, yeah.
But I mean, there's still a lot of time left to
Right.
make different things happen here. So what was that? Where are we at? Ugly?
Yeah, that was my ugly.
You're ugly.
My ugly is the Netherlands volleyball team for the Olympics. Did you guys see this story?
How many trans athletes?
Veiled rapist will be on the team. But listen to this. This is so. In the Netherlands, they have their decision is like for going to the Olympics to pay for these people. You have to have an honest chance of winning the gold, or they're not going to pay for it. You got to be like a top 8 where they figure you can. They're not just sending like United States sending the 32nd best guy out there, or whatever to compete. And, sometimes they make it in the heats. They won't do it. They had 4 golfers who qualified for the Olympics, but they didn't believe they could contend. So they will not allow them to go. They're not going to pay for them. But they have a child rapist convicted who they're sending. Steven Van de Velde is going to represent them 8 years after being convicted of raping a 12-year-old. But they figure he's got a chance to win, but the 4 golfers who qualified, they're not going to give them any money.
Are the 4 not to change the subject, but are the 4 golfers going? Are they paying for their own way to go?
I'm trying. I don't know if they will even be allowed.
Why wouldn't they be allowed?
Because I don't think they're going to be the Dutch team is going to sponsor essentially, let me, I'm going to read down here a little. So the girl this guy raped to the 12-year-old, he also gave her alcohol to get her drunk.
Jesus Christ.
But he returned the competitions after he got released from prison, and he meets the qualification requirements for the Olympic Games and therefore is part of our team. He's, paid his dues.
Did he go to jail?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He did 5 years. It doesn't say anything about the golfers, though, that I can find here. It says, after a careful analysis of the results in golf, it has become clear that the requirement from the IOC does not provide sufficient prospect of achieving a position in the top 8.
Weird.
So they don't think they can make the top 8, so they're not going to support them.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Wow.
Weird.
even though there's 60 players are going to go, going to qualify.
Right.
So yeah, so not a good look. That was my ugly.
My ugly? The Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It just gets worse every day. You don't see many grand slams. Like, you don't see many grand slams as there's in a season. We've seen them give up 2 this weekend alone. And this has gotten to the
The
point
one should
where-
only count for 3 runs. It barely made it. So.
But the problem right now with this whole thing is I said this to one of you guys the other night in our drinking, but I remember saying this. I believe this team, when Craig Counsell got here, it's going to be he's there for a few years. Obviously, this team is not what he wants. This team will be changing next year.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he got there. So, okay, let's see how this plays out.
Right.
This team will be built. Sorry to say, but I guess not sorry to say, just like the Brewers.
Right.
It's going to be built on their bullpen and starting pitching. That's going to be not going to be overpaid.
Right.
And it's going to have timely hitting involved in it, and they're going to play baseball.
Well, they've got the starting pitching right now. That team's
But the
starting
problem-
pitching is good enough to make the playoffs.
and the thing is good about the starting pitching is that the money is cheap on it for a couple more years, so they can get bullpen, get expensive bullpen help next couple years.
They have Imanaga, who's expensive.
Yeah, but not
Steele's cheap.
But Imanaga in this day and age,
Ben Brown's cheap.
Imanaga's not that crazy expensive.
No. And
Yeah.
Horton's going to be coming up.
Yeah.
They're going to have some big arms coming up.
And you're gonna have to just get rid of Hendricks. I'm sorry. Be
Yeah.
done with the guy. I'm done with. I love Kyle Hendricks, but today was my last straw with him.
Right.
He gave up 7 runs today or 8 runs. He needs to go.
Right.
It's over.
I agree.
The Kyle Hendricks thing is over, guys. It's over.
Right.
It's done. You can't do it no more. It's not fair to the rest of the team and the young guys on the team. But to be honest, Cody Bellinger, he's going to be traded, and he should.
Right.
These guys are not there right now. Justin Steele had a moment yesterday yelling at guys because he made 2 terrible errors in the inning that cost him 2 runs. Luckily, they came back. Bellinger, bad base running on Friday. These guys aren't mentally in the game right now.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And it's only June.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not even to the All-Star break. I know it sounds 10 games is not that much in Major League Baseball. If you play good base, you get on a string win 2 out of 3 here and there.
Oh, yeah.
And you're only like 3 games out of the wild card.
Right.
Or 4.
4.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Right.
You don't got to win the division.
I'm hoping that they don't do what they did last year where they got hot for that month and it prevented them from selling
selling.
off people.
The Bellinger's going to be sold.
Yeah.
I cannot see it not
Well,
happening.
he's not coming back anyways next
Yeah,
year.
yeah. Well,
the way
it's a-
his contract's structured,
Yeah, so-
he's playing well enough where he'll get a better contract.
and you know what?
Well, he was supposed to get a better contract this year.
I know, but
Right.
but now it's 2 years where he's
Because
played
It's
well.
the second. It's a 2-year deal, but it's a second
3-year deal,
But
I think, isn't it?
Is next year his
opt
his
out
option
after
for
every
him?
year.
He can opt out this year.
So
He's opting out no matter what.
So you have to talk, and basically, you have to have an honest conversation with him. And if he wants to stay, I would be, but no guy's gonna be honest with you. If he, like I said, yeah, I'm gonna stay, and then when it gets to the last 2 months, he hits 35 home runs and has 89 RBIs. He's leaving.
Right.
Oh,
So he needs to be traded, and it needs to be for whatever value you think you need. And it's got to be arms. It has to be
Hater.
arms.
Yeah.
And there's some,
Get-
no,
get,
them
get
are
3 relievers. Like, and the whole thing is too, and I've said this probably the last year. The thing that bothers me about the Cubs is for going after relief pitchers, we got all this talent in the minors. None of these guys can pitch relief.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the fact that they don't go after like established relievers. It's guys like coming off an injury,
Yeah.
guys reclamation projects, guy that comes off Tommy John surgery.
We've all said this. And I know it's about youth. I get it. I
Right.
understand the psyche thing, but why not try Ben Brown as your closer?
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he'll be back in 2 weeks.
I was listening to
right.
guys on TV, and usually TV guys, they're pretty much they toe the line because they're part of the, and this was the Cubs broadcast.
Right.
But they said exactly correct, and we all know this, but when you say it out loud, you don't say it out loud too often. Every major league team that is good in Major League Baseball, their back end guy can throw balls past people.
Right.
The Cubs don't have a guy in the bullpen right
No.
now can throw a ball past the guy, and that's the problem.
Right.
That is bottom. And when he said it out loud, I go, yeah, that's what we talk. We don't really say it out loud,
No.
but that is the problem in 2 sentences.
Right.
They can throw it by people. Our bullpen can't.
Right.
That's why. Is that true? That's what the problem is.
No,
right?
I'm trying to think of a team. I mean, Texas even has Kirby Yates back there. He can't throw by guys, but he doesn't give up any hits.
Well,
Well, how
they're not. They're not right now.
Not
They're
now,
they're
not now.
Yeah, but,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Last year, the thing with Texas last year about them, they were one of the few. They were the
They were an outlier.
They were an outlier because they were like a softball team.
Yeah.
They could score. And
Yeah, but
score.
they
and
could play
score.
defense though
Yeah,
too.
you're right. Behind a guy.
Right.
The Cubs defense has went from being top 5
Right.
to maybe top 20 if they're lucky.
Right.
Yeah.
Swanson's having a bad year, but
The Swanson get traded.
yeah,
No.
I mean, he's got a couple years left.
no,
he's
not yet.
protected. But I mean, who else is
They're building the team around. It's going to be him and Horner.
What's Suzuki's contract?
put Horner
I
in
don't know.
short.
I mean, these are guys that
Hap's on a longer contract
Yeah,
too.
they-
Half's
extended him.
cheap though.
they
Right.
extend them. That's why I got to keep them.
Right.
But his average, we're sitting the other me and Eric, and I really don't.
210 or something.
No, me and Eric goes. Does it say one? Because you can only see a scoreboard.
Right.
Does it say 190? I go. I think it does.
Yeah, you couldn't see a
No,
scoreboard.
because
from
the
where we were
average, they
at.
have every average in the world, but their batting average.
Right.
And I look again, and it
Bush
goes,
might be leading the team batting average right
Then it
now.
went to
Bush
like-
is their best hitter.
then it
this
went to
year.
188, and I'm like, oh, that's runners in scoring position. So he's batting 190,
yeah.
and then 188 when runners in scoring position. It was it went like, wow. And then we kept looking at it. They had like 4 guys under 200.
Right.
What guy is
In that lineup.
what team is or what player is hitting on that team?
Bush.
Bush is the only one that's hitting average.
Bush, but he's
he's a rookie.
Right.
So
Yeah, he's a guy that got landlocked in LA.
yeah.
I bet you they'd like him back now to be able to play second
and when Ed
base.
said that, he was totally correct. It was like almost like a mercy killing. Well, we can't keep you. We don't have enough room for you. We got all these other guys. I'm like, here, take them, and here, we'll take the bag of balls.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they got two young good pitchers
Yeah,
for him,
but like we talked about, pitching's
I don't care about
dime a
that.
dozen in baseball.
Right.
And then they'll
It
be
sounds
like,
crazy
in
to say.
5 years, they're going to be like, oh my God, this guy's really good. And it's like, who cares?
Did
We
you
got
ever-
5 years out of this
I
guy.
don't know if you agree with this, but did you ever think, maybe you guys won't agree with this, did you ever think you'd say the same thing about pitchers as running backs? They're going to be the same thing unless you have that top running back that you're like, okay, or
Right.
pitcher. But pitchers are like, well,
Name
what's the point
the top pitchers, like established pitchers. I'm not saying guys that are.
Yeah, don't go Scherzer because you can't say that because
he's barely playing right now.
You got think of a guy right now that you go.
Garrett Cole's been out for a year.
Yeah, Cole's coming back, but still
Corbin Burns, I would put up there.
Burns, yeah, and he's still up and down.
Strider's out.
Yeah,
Right.
think about
Uh,
this.
right.
I mean, you're trying to go. Who's the guys that you would go
Well,
to?
you know who's had a
who's your
good-
Randy Johnson, your Greg Maddux?
Well, who's had a quietly good season is the kid that's been around for a couple of years. Is he pitching for the Phillies?
Oh, who's the pitcher for the
Ranger Suarez?
Yeah, he's been pitching decent, but that's one of the, you
Right.
wouldn't go, oh yeah, Rangers. I'm gonna build my team around Rangers Suarez.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Now with their other pitchers, and their other pitchers haven't been that great either.
That's the thing.
Right.
These are-
Nola and
but the reason they're doing okay is because they have a bullpen and they can hit.
Right.
That's why they're up by 8 games in that division or 6 or whatever.
Watch this. Hey Ed, who's the Brewers closer?
right now.
Yeah.
Trevor McGill or whatever. I didn't even know the game was. I thought it was the eighth inning. I'm
the
like,
lights start going out
because I
and it's
can't
like,
see
who
the
the fuck is this
scoreboard.
guy?
I'm like, why the fuck are they bringing him in the eighth? And everybody's looking at me in the whole area, and I'm like, they turn the lights off for an eighth inning guy.
And he was throwing the ball past everyone.
Yeah,
You know, who's their
Devin Williams, and
He's coming back.
Devin Williams is throwing right now. They think he's going to be back early, so probably in 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
This team survived their closer being out, and they're up by 6 games.
And we
5
can't
games.
find one.
We can't find one.
No, and they're just giving them away.
And here's the
It's like
thing:
that's the Oprah thing. You get a closer. You get a closer. Here, just take him.
Scott in Miami, you could get him for nothing right,
Right.
now.
The kid
The
from
guy-
Oakland,
Oakland,
yeah.
you would have to give up a lot, but they could have got him weeks ago.
but
probably,
he's young and controlled.
yeah,
Right.
controlled. You would have had to give up a couple big prospects for him.
Good.
Fine.
Give him like 3 outfielders
Give him,
because
give him
we've got
Owen
800 of
Casey
them.
and
Yeah.
2 other guys. Yeah,
Right.
but I don't get it.
Yeah.
They're going to wait until August to see if they're in this or whatever.
Who's the shortstop? The Cubs shortstop or the outfielder? What's his name? Brandon Davis, the
Brandon
outfielder.
yeah, they wouldn't get much for him though.
But throw him in there too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those guys. He's a prospect guy that's had, and he's moved up back to AAA.
they
again.
got Alcantara. They've got Triantos.
Right.
All those guys could be traded.
Yeah.
Triantos has no way to make it to the major leagues because Shaw's going to be the third baseman next
Right.
year. That's just how it is.
and the Cubs need a catcher.
They
There's
absolutely need a
13
catcher.
They've got 13 on the roster.
Well,
40 man.
Get one.
Oh, the Orioles have like 7 rookie catchers
Right.
that are all good.
Right.
They have the Orioles have. They've got Jackson Holiday sitting down the minors. Westberg's not playing part time. Those guys are all legit
yeah.
starting
Well,
infielders.
Yeah, Mayo.
They got
I've got him in fantasy. He's on
Yeah.
but he's
Right.
another prospect there.
They've
These are
got
guys
so
that-
many prospects. They don't know what to do with them too.
Hey, trade Swanson to the to Orioles for a couple of prospects so they can have some veteran presence so they can win a World Series and we get better players. Just saying.
I mean, right now the thing is, it's just weird with them. It's hard to. it's hard to understand this. I mean, and the problem is they didn't go out and fix their flaws. They did the same thing this team has done for the last couple of years. They were treading water with a certain team, and this year it might have caught up with them. I know it's some time left, but watching them play, they're going to be. They could easily end up like one of the worst 5 teams in baseball by the end of the year. Easily by the end of the year.
You know, and
they're losing. They're losing. They're winning like 1 game out of every 5 games right now. They're not playing well at all. At all. And when they win, it's like, whoa. Oh, okay, they won. Whew.
Right, like watching Neris last night.
Hey, it's Willie's Polka.
Are we going to Sheboygan?
Polka, polka, polka.
Look at that booty. Show me the booty.
What's going on?
I feel like when I hit that, like 2 buttons went on, right? It was playing our rock intro and
our production values after 200 shows are going through the roof.
Kind of like the Cubs.
I got mad. I had to pound my hand because of that.
We're the Cubs of podcasting.
But yeah, it's you know what?
We need a closer.
Right. And Neris got his 100th save yesterday. I'm like, how the fuck did that happen?
He got like 2 this year.
Yeah,
98 when the year
98
started.
with the Phillies and
right.
yeah,
2
with
the Phillies.
Yeah. Again, another Phillies guy.
Well, again, another guy that they took a flyer on. You know what I mean? Like, was he an established closer with the Phillies? Then what? Exactly. He's not. If he was good enough, he'd still be there.
You know
right?
why they got him? Because he's cheap.
Right.
This team is working again with that, looking at the money instead of saying, you know, we can go over the luxury tax a few. I'm not saying to go over $50 million,
right?
But you can go over $20 million or $10 million and pay the tax.
Right. I think that Ricketts needed to get his house in order around Wrigley Field, and then now that everything's built and ready to go, I think he'll start spending.
I don't know. Why wouldn't you spend during? It doesn't really matter, does it?
I mean, you got to be mad. He's got. I don't know. It's with the sharing of the cash and MLB.
It's like back to the Tribune days.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. We got 1 star player and everybody come and watch him. Sosa's hitting bombs today.
Who's our star?
We don't have one now.
and I don't want to make this into a thing for the Brewers because the Brewers are the same thing every year. They're gonna talk you up and make these fans buy into the Kool-Aid. Oh, look at us, and then they're gonna lose in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean
it's nice to get there, but you got to win eventually.
You got to give the Brewers credit this year. Either their manager's doing it or these young players are doing enough to win these games.
I think it's a little bit of both.
They lost all their pitching essentially except Freddie Peralta. They're throwing their starting pitching is like the Cubs bullpen. They just fucking threw a bunch of guys in a bag and pick one out.
Here we go.
I mean, Deal Hall was supposed to be starting. He's injured to minor. They got nothing.
Yeah, but it's not like Murphy, like
Colin Ray.
Right.
Colin Ray was garbage 11 years ago when he played with the Marlins, you know.
And who's the other guy too? Like they've got like 2 or 3 scrap heap guys that
but they do. Right. They've done well with it.
I get a weird feeling that right now in this
you still think they're going to trade Willie Adames, don't you?
No, but the thing is, I think this is a build with younger players and come back next year stronger,
or move to Nashville because
they're stuck now because they can't trade. They can't trade Adames.
So this may for the rest of the team's division maybe one of those. Well, you know what? Okay. Every year now, because you're not going to pay Adames, you ain't going to get another for him.
No,
you're not going to pay. Who's the other guy they might have to pay.
Well, Hoskins they just bought.
Yeah,
but
Hoskins
that's like
got 2 years.
Yeah,
well, Devin Williams is one of those guys too. He's got a couple years left, but I mean, if you were really that bad this year, you'd probably be like, well, let's just keep rolling these guys out and getting more prospects. So that's what the Brewers.
Who's the pitcher that's hurt too? Isn't he?
Who's it for? What? The starter?
Yeah,
Woodruff.
But
they just signed him for 2 years.
Oh,
he was a free agent.
Yeah, he'll be back next year. He'll be healthy, and then he'll be able to pitch for him. So he'll be back.
Right.
But another guy. I mean, that's another guy too. I mean, you want to trade him this year, but they're in the the Indians major league area where they were. I don't think anybody. Well, I shouldn't say that. Teams do hope to be bad. They do. And I'm not saying they were, but they weren't. I don't think the Brewers front office was really like, well, if we are bad, it's not a huge deal.
No, we're going to be up 8 games at the All-Star break. What?
Right.
They had no idea.
No fan in the world would have thought that.
Which coach should we hire? I don't know. Craig Counsell's old college coach. Let's throw him in there. See how he does.
Yeah, but Murphy was a interim manager for the Padres, so it's not like this is his first job.
I know.
Do you think he's manager of the year candidate?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I agree.
Because his team's outplaying what they were supposed to do by a lot. And he's had to deal with his closer's gone. 3 of his starters are gone.
Right.
The outfielders that they brought in, which were going to be all these star young outfielders, Frelick and Churio. Other than Churio hitting a 321-foot home run, the Grand Slam the other day.
320 and a half.
But those guys,
Right.
Joey Weimer, none of those guys have really Mitchell.
Right.
None of those guys have been,
I mean, really, yeah. I mean,
killing it.
Yeah, really, the only one is
Adames.
Contreras.
Contreras and Adames, and Yelich has had a pretty decent
Yeah.
year.
Yelich has been Yelich is like one of those solid guys.
Hoskins hasn't done shit.
That's all you need, though.
Right.
2 or 3 guys hitting your lineup, everybody else falls into place.
Right.
It really does. You
Yeah.
see better pitches, things
Well,
work better.
they can run too. That team can run.
Yes, yes.
Which does make it puts pressure on the pitcher and the defense.
And defend. They're a good defensive team. You
Yeah,
don't
so-
see them make it yet.
I in my opinion, they should sign Adames to like a 5-year. Keep and make him the cornerstone of your team.
Yeah.
But I don't think
They
they will.
won't.
I don't think they will either.
No. The Brewers don't do that. The Brewers don't make anybody corner. They don't do that.
I said it last year on the show. Me and Sparky were talking. I said Adames is the one untouchable guy. You got him for nothing. You know, make him the cornerstone of your team. And they're not going to. They're going to trade him and try and get more prospects.
Which
I understand it, but you still have to have some players on your team.
Right.
Their thing is almost going the other route, is just getting a bunch of starting pitchers and then, throwing the whole team out there that's cheap. So, yeah, I don't know. They've been winning with smoke and mirrors and good luck and hard play and speed and defense.
Yeah,
so.
is it smoke and mirrors at this point though? I mean, they're
because they got no pitching staff. You have to have pitching staff in baseball.
but the guys that they're throwing out there are pitching well for them, and they're
But
playing
usually-
good defense.
It doesn't usually last a whole year. You have
I
three,
agree.
unless you're the Cardinals. The
Right.
Cardinals can pick 3 guys off of Scrappy, and they all win 20 games.
And the thing is, the Cardinals were down last year, and they've been down a year and a half or whatever. Remember, the Cardinals are a team right behind the Brewers right now.
Yeah, and they're
Don't be surprised.
Right.
They're lurking. They're just like sitting there going, okay, we're here. Nobody's talking about us.
and Goldschmidt and Arenado have not really been hitting the ball,
Yeah.
So if they get hot, and Dylan Carlson's been playing better for them, Gorman started hitting the ball finally.
Yeah, who was the hot shot rookie for them like last year or 2 years ago? They got sent down. I'll think of it.
Position?
Huh?
What position?
Outfielder, I think.
O'Neill, or he's with the Red Sox now.
No.
There's Carlson, O'Neill. Those guys both came up.
Who?
They lost a lot of guys. I mean,
They're a team that
Young's
yeah,
gone.
I can't remember. I know who you're talking about. I think, but I can't remember. But they're not a team that they do it. They're not a team that's just moves guys around too.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't care. They'll bring up
But
young
they'll
guys
make the
and
big
play 'em.
trade though too. They will trade for some star players.
Goldschmidt and Arenado they brought in, and it didn't work out for them as well as I thought. But they're still there.
I mean, they traded a Rosarina
Right.
for Libator, and
Yeah.
Libator's never played.
Yeah. So you gotta take chances. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
That division's so weak. To me, I'd be watching out for the Pirates next year with all that pitching they've got coming up. Skeens is legit.
Yeah.
But we say that about the Pirates every 2
Yeah.
years. Like,
But
they're loaded. They got
They are.
right.
And I don't
O'Neill Cruz, and they got some legit players. Reynolds is still going to be there for a couple more years.
I don't wish this. I'm just saying this. This isn't. I hope he pitched forever and is a Hall of Famer. But the way he throws and just the angles and stuff, he's due for something. Skeens eventually. It's the scary thing about it.
You know what's probably he probably will be the one that won't get injured because he throws all the weird
Yeah,
angles,
yeah.
like Madison Bumgarner or
But
something.
you know what? It happens all the time. These guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
You can't predict. We talk about this. You can't predict injuries.
That's why pitchers are like running backs.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree.
Maybe Livy will wear him out.
She'd wear me out. She actually wore me out last night. You guys weren't there, but
I was to say how many socks are named Livy.
I was like, right. That's my good tube sock.
It's like eventually Ed's gonna have like a tour of his house. Like it's gonna be all tube sock Hall of Fame,
Right.
So
Like
that
a
one
broken
is J-Lo.
bat.
That one's J-Lo.
Like broken bat, like with all the bobbleheads,
yeah.
it'll be socks.
I call that one. I call that one
Livy,
J-Lo.
Livy 1, Livy 2.
Like next to my pile of bats that I just
Caitlin.
have them standing there.
That's Rachel Aniston pre-nose job.
Yeah,
That's her after the nose job.
Rachel Aniston.
Oh, not Jennifer. Jennifer.
Her name from Friends.
And there's Sue Bird. There's Megan.
Megan Rapinoe and them. Those are all just crumpled up. They're flat.
That was my pair of spikes. Jeez.
Those are the wool socks.
Nice. Oh, it's like an old
Giggity.
like an old moccasin.
Giggity.
Yeah.
So that was that all came off my Cubs being ugly. That's what that came off.
Nice.
Yeah, we saw an ugly.
That was a nice segment.
So,
I have one more bad, but or the ugly.
Yeah, go ahead.
The WNBA.
So it's been ugly for years. But go ahead.
Just
That's racist, I believe. You can't say that.
It's almost becoming a joke to the point. So they got the Commissioner's Cup, which is like their in-season tournament, right?
Okay.
So
have they been doing that for a while, or just this year?
No, they've been doing it for a while.
So NBA kind of copied them,
right?
Oh, nice.
Right.
Okay.
So it's been going on for like 4 or 5 years. So you would think like, Commissioner's Cup's going on. You've got 11 teams in the league. You want to make sure all the scheduling, just in case, certain teams make it. So the New York Liberty qualified for the Commissioner's Cup. Couldn't play their home game at their home stadium because NFL draft's going, or the NBA draft's going on that night. So they had to play it like I think Minnesota. I forgot to check to see like who won the game. So they're actually playing in a different venue that they normally play at because they was too stupid to to look to see what the scheduling was. And you wonder why they can't promote themselves and get the league. It's just little stuff like that just adds up to it. It just befuddles me. So.
Well, it befuddles me they're going to have a draft for the NBA in a stadium.
What?
Yeah, why don't you do it in the convention center?
It could be. They could have done that.
Sphere.
They could have done that like at a big theater,
right?
Because the NBA draft isn't like the NFL.
The
draft.
NHL did it at the Sphere.
At the Sphere, yeah.
It's freaking phenomenal.
Did you know that's the last in-person draft the NHL is going to have in a while? Everything's going to be virtual going forward.
Why?
Because they're fucking idiots. That's why.
That's crazy.
Right. Everyone loved the draft at the Sphere.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. I like the fact that they brought up ex players, historical players. Like Joe Thornton was fucking great. That fucking big ass beard. And
yeah.
Right.
I wish I could get old man Pavelski on here to tell some Joe Thornton stories because they're awesome when he's fucking Joe's all drunk.
Right.
And
yeah, he was fucking like American born player, right? Thornton was American born? No.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I can check.
Right.
I thought he was Canadian.
Yeah.
As
So
well.
I mean that's my ugly, like how I just feels like the WNBA keeps shooting itself in the foot.
Caitlin missed a triple double today by 1 rebound.
Did she really? Did you watch that game?
No, I just
fell
looked
asleep.
it up. I didn't watch it. I haven't watched WNBA since up on it.
I watched it. It was a good game. I think. Oh no, the early game today was like Seattle and someone. I was looking for my girl Nikki Mo. So
Ontario, Canada.
Damn
Joe
it.
Thornton.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he was American.
I didn't believe he was. I think Pavelski's one of the highest scoring Americans of all
I'm sure.
time.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, he's had a long career.
Yeah.
Nope. So yeah.
It's my other ugly.
Any more uglies, Ed?
Timberlake and that whole fucking situation. Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
Good DUI.
Yeah, and then he was all hopped up on goofballs and everything else.
Was it true that he kept going to tables and slamming other people's drafts?
Yeah.
the rumor was. Yeah.
Yeah, and then here's the thing they're trying to do the Ryan Braun thing and blame the cop for this. So I was talking to some guys last night, and they said the story is that cop pulled him over earlier and said, "Hey, get a ride home. You're fucking drunk. You're Timberlake. You shouldn't be driving. You're hammered."
Dude, that's awesome.
Later, he
Same
sees
cop?
Timberlake drive by, so he pulls him over and says, "Hey, I fucking warned you." And now Timberlake's going after him.
See, I saw the report was
That was the report I heard.
There was something out there that Timberlake made a comment something like, "Oh, the cop didn't know who he was." That's what the rumor was. The cop had no idea who
Once
he was.
you run the plates, you know.
But I mean, when he pulled up, because I don't know if Timberlake made a comment like, "You know who I am," or "I'm on a tour, it's gonna mess up my tour," or something like that. What came out in the conversation, and the guy was like, "What the?
Right.
What is the guy talking about?"
Yeah.
So I don't know if the body cam came out, and he said, "I don't know. I have no idea," because there's body cam on it, obviously.
Right. And supposedly that was the second time that cop stopped him that night.
Well, for a body cam cop, though, he should have gave him a. That's fine.
Well, you can. I mean, he's taking a risk.
If he thinks he's drunk.
Yeah. And if he hits somebody, then
Yeah.
that cop could be,
And nowadays with cams, it's
But
like.
again, if that's true and he tried to let him off, and, get an Uber, get the hell out of here, type thing, I'm not going to ruin your career with a. That's even a worse look.
Yeah, I don't know.
What does he do?
I'm above the law,
But- Yeah, but the thing is,
If that's true, I don't know.
he's a multi-millionaire. Why the fuck is he driving?
Mm-mm.
You
No,
know?
I don't know. We say this all the time.
Right.
For scrubs like us, are making $12 an hour with tips.
Right. Who was $12 an hour.
With tips.
Yeah, it's different.
Who's the last guy that got hit with the DUI too, and he was pretty famous, and why was he driving?
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, that too.
Just kidding.
He was yeah.
That was intoxicating people.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
You want another pudding pop?
Was he?
I'll say.
Was it an actor or something? Or
Thought it was a coach.
oh, who was that?
And we're like, why does he have a driver?
Oh,
Happened not too long ago, right?
I think I remember who you're talking about.
Right.
Urban Meyer. No, I'm just kidding. I know it's not him.
Wasn't Lou Holtz. Dick Vitale's a coach. He's got
Poor Dick,
he's
yeah.
got cancer again.
Poor Dick.
Giggity.
Giggity, giggity.
Oh my god, I think that's I don't know if that could be in bad taste.
He said poor Dick. That's all he said.
Yeah, I
When
guess,
If you walked in a room and would say poor Dick, you'd be like, what the hell is he
Yeah, you're
talking
like Mr. Furley when he would walk in on Jack. What?
about?
Because Jack would be like right at the end of a thing, like, yeah, we're gonna make these sandwiches, but they're gonna be hot beef. Hot beef! That's all he would catch.
I'm going to put extra sauce on those things.
Right?
Oh my God, sauce!
My white horseradish sauce.
Horseradish. It's chunky.
Every episode, Furley would walk in and catch just the last three words. "Oh," with his ascot on and his
Camel toe.
He, you know, what he looks like if Fred from Scooby Doo grew up and he became a landlord.
Maybe got a little disease there, you know. Yeah, good times.
Was Mr. Furley Don Knotts?
Yeah.
The incredible Mr. Limpet.
Mr. Roper, Mr. Roper, cool, but Mr. Flair was pretty cool.
You remember
too.
Mrs. Roper? She was swinging old lady.
Yeah.
She always wanted to.
She's like always
Mr.
trying
Flair
to.
want nothing to do with her.
She wanted to groom Jack. You know,
Yeah.
he's like Tripper's like 19 years old, living with these two hot ladies.
It was one of the few switcheroos in a TV show that actually was good. I mean, not good, but it was fine.
Right.
Like, oh, they're gone. This guy's terrible, but Furley took
Oh
over.
yeah, Furley.
It was good.
Which other ones have done good like that? I mean,
Wasn't it Norman Lear?
Yeah, he made that.
He made it.
Yeah.
Like Barney and Miller, All in the
Plus-
Family. Those are all.
Plus
his,
a great theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come and knock on our door.
yeah. It's just corn.
What was the name of the bar?
Regal Beagle.
Regal Beagle. Went to one in Chicago. It was called Regal Beagle one time. We were there to see a football game. We stayed overnight, and it's not there anymore. It was right off Michigan Avenue. It was one of the coolest bars I've ever was in. It was awesome. Yeah, it was like 8 of us sitting there drinking, eating like for an hour or two. This is back a few years back. It was like $100 for all of us, and it was in Chicago. It was crazy how cheap it was too. We couldn't believe it. But it was a cool bar.
Did they have blonde and brunette waitresses? So like
No, but I think
short hair.
I think it was carpeted the place.
I
think
yeah.
it was like
Sure that
the
wasn't.
wall.
Sure that wasn't rumors.
It gave you a nice 70s, 80s vibe
Yeah.
inside. It was cool. It was a cool bar, man.
You ever see the episode where Larry, the swinger from Jack's buddy, he's walking by like the hot tub and the two girls are sitting. He's like wearing a suit, like he was just at a wedding or whatever.
Right.
He's all dressed up in his, and he walks by. He's like, "Hi, ladies," and they're like, "Hey," and he's like, steps back and gets in the hot tub with the whole suit on.
Who, Larry Dallas?
What was his name? Larry
Daliopoulos or something. He was
Yeah.
great, but they call him Larry Dallas because he was a used car salesman. Had to be slick.
That show was great.
That was funny.
You're right, though. That was one of the best switcheroos.
I mean, it wasn't like, but
I mean,
but
like when Darren left, Bewitched, it didn't really work,
Yeah,
Or remember the Hanson family? What was it with Bateman when the mom left?
Yeah.
What was her name?
Roseanne with Becky.
Yeah, Becky. Yeah, it didn't. The new Becky was like she was too cute. The
Yeah.
new one, it didn't work.
and then she was on Scrubs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The new Becky.
She was
better.
fucking hot on Scrubs.
And then
yeah, she was way
loved
too good
her.
looking to be Becky.
And then Roseanne when they killed her off.
Yeah.
And didn't put nobody there.
What? She's a conservative now.
She said something, tried to be funny, and it was.
She was all hopped up on goofballs. Yeah. Again, yeah. She says something. It's a career ender, which wasn't even that bad, whatever she said. Because we don't even remember what it was.
Yeah,
it's not like Michael Richards,
She called that woman. She was African American and said something. She looked like a.
Oh,
monkey,
yeah.
I think or something like that.
I thought it was
something
saying
like
the national anthem.
No,
No.
She was okay with that.
Yeah.
That was offensive though too.
Yeah.
Roseanne though, she kind of I kind of like her actually because she does her own thing.
That was one of the most underrated sitcoms ever.
Roseanne?
Roseanne. I
Yeah,
thought.
Norm was one of the writers.
Yeah, I thought that was a great show with John
Clooney,
Goodman.
Clooney was on there.
Yeah,
Right.
Clooney started there pretty much
Yeah.
before he went to ER.
Right.
He was Jackie's love interest for a minute.
Yeah,
right?
which whatever. Jackie was like 10 years older.
And
That
she was,
groomer.
ugh.
Leonard from the Big Bang Theory was on there.
Really? I never watched. Oh yeah. He was the
Oh yeah,
Boyfriend.
he was
Darlene's
David,
boyfriend.
Yeah, they had
Darlene's husband
Yeah, she's married to a new one too.
on the show.
Yeah. So it's weird. She's one of the psychos that push. You think she had him right in and make. I want to be a lesbian on the show because that's what I am, which is fine.
So is she?
She's married to a guy on the show. She's married to a man on the show. She's still acting like she's married to a guy.
So is that
I know it's
cultural appropriation then?
I know it's acting. I get it, but you think she'd say, "Let's make her a lesbian." Who cares?
Yeah, I mean
that's
why
fine.
not? Yeah, but back in that time, that was a little, in the early '90s or whatever.
It's
now. I know the
Connors
new
now.
one.
Yeah,
now,
she has. Yeah,
I agree.
because they talk about David. He was on there a couple times in the new show. He was on there because he came back. They have 2 kids together.
It's not the worst one. Hamilton shows everybody's black. They're supposed to be the founders of the country. Kind of makes you think. So I guess acting, whatever.
I'm an actor.
Acting. What was that?
Big Bang Theory?
No. What's his name? John Lovitz.
Oh,
Acting.
Lovitz.
While we're talking about Good Man and the Ugly and stuff, dude,
Yeah.
did you see Eddie Murphy still mad at like David Spade?
For what?
So back in '95 on the he did the Weekend Update or whatever before, Colin Yost and what's the new guy?
David Che.
Che, yeah. Michael Che. Yeah. So he made a joke. Eddie Murphy did what was it, Brooklyn Nights or what was that show movie? It was bad.
Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights, yeah. And David Spade goes, "Oh, look, kids, a falling star." Because it's so bad.
Right.
And it's to this day, like
still mad
Eddie
about
Murphy
that?
said, yeah, it's
He
like
was terrible
it's-
after.
he goes, it's like it was racist to say that. It's like, how is that racist?
Dude, they made fun of everybody, not
I
just
know,
you,
it's like-
Eddie.
But because he was an SNL alum and one
Right.
of the greats, he said, they shouldn't have been making fun of him, and that to even allow that joke was racist.
Eddie Murphy was only on SNL for what, 2 years, right?
It wasn't long.
Right.
Many. He might have been longer because he
had some pretty
had a lot of characters.
His thing was, his short time though, there was nobody else there.
Right.
It was him and Piscopo. That was about it.
Piscopo. He was great as Sinatra.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Sinatra.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's doing Stevie Wonder at the
James Brown.
Hot tub. Yeah.
Yeah, bunny.
When he walked around it too, he's like,
Yeah.
hot tub. It's hot. Hot. He put his toe in. Hot.
Right.
Hot tub. Gumby.
Yeah, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
Robinson's
So you
Neighborhood.
remember this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty iconic.
Right.
Yeah, it was some. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Then he went on to make some big movies, but
Beverly Hills Cop is probably his best. I
great.
think, one
It's
of
actually, if you look back on Beverly Hills Cop, it's an actually pretty good movie.
the- and it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
4's coming out.
I know.
They redid it.
And
Or not
somebody was-
redid it. A new.
Somebody's
new-
like, "Oh, it's gonna suck." I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's decent. I really wouldn't.
all these same actors are in it.
Yeah, even Taggart's gonna be back.
There's Taggart's in it.
I know he's back. Even
Yeah.
him and Judge Reinhold and everybody's
they're all
come-
back. Yeah,
Oh,
all
yeah.
of them. Yeah, and Bronson Pinchot
Right.
is in the thing.
Oh,
He's gonna be in. Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. What does he say? What is he? What?
Axel.
Akmal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and he was be there, and then Eddie Murray would be like, make fun of behind him all the time.
yeah, it's great actually. And see if they still do that stuff because it's like
Taggart's great too. They were all awesome.
Taggart's been in a lot of movies.
Judge Reinhold was pretty good too. I mean, he played the
and he's not. At least he's not masturbating watching people in the pool in that movie.
I'm surprised they haven't done a remake of Fast Times.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, Dazed and Confused was kind of like the update. Well, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
About the same time too, time period, because Dazed and Confused goes back in the 70s.
Yeah.
But they're the same movie almost. Very
It
similar.
could be called Fast Times at Ridgemont Senior Care.
How would you?
Sean Penn? I want a pizza, Mr. Hand.
Oh, it'd be great if Sean Penn came back as Mr. Hand.
Yeah, he's
He'd be Mr.
teaching.
Hand Jr. teaching the class.
Sean
fucking
Penn ain't
awesome.
doing that.
Huh? No.
There's no way.
Right.
He's such a dick.
Right.
Did you see that new movie he's coming out with him and Dakota
Fanning?
No, the girl from Dakota Johnson. Is that
Oh
right?
yeah, you're right.
It looks like the movie's based on. She gets in a cab to get a ride from the somewhere to the airport or airport to somewhere in New York. And if I got the right gist of the movie, it's the whole movie is based on these
On the
two
ride.
talking in the cab.
Good.
I like it.
It looked interesting.
I like it.
Sean
Sounds
Penn's the
good.
cab driver, and I don't think it's anything like romantic or anything. It's just them talking about their lives and get to know each other.
I
Just
like
a
it.
basic
That's-
ride, and it's I think that's what it looks like.
Did you see?
I'm not a Sean Penn fan because he does, he's outspoken. He does some stuff that's
Right.
just-
But one of his greatest movies ever, my Mystic River was one of the greatest movies. I've
yeah,
ever seen.
Mystic River is good.
That was a great movie. That was a great. It was that a true? No, it wasn't a true story though.
Mm.
Just the ending. It's just a
Is he a cop in Mystic River?
yeah, detective, right?
He
yeah.
directed that movie, I think.
Yeah, he did. He won an Oscar for it. I
Right.
think.
Is
I'll look it up.
yeah.
Tell
Tim with the gist.
that's a while
You know,
ago.
he made a comment about he did the movie Milk.
Yes, I never watched that though. It looked okay.
Never watched it either, but like how he had a hard time in Hollywood for 15 years after that because he did that movie.
Yeah, Tim Robbins, Kevin Bacon, Larry
Tim
Fishburne, Cowboy
Lawrence,
Curtis,
right?
and Marcia
And-
Gay Harden and Laura
And
Linney.
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers in there?
No, Lawrence Fishburne's Doc Rivers.
Yeah, he does kind of
In
look
Clip-
like
no,
him.
in Clipped he is.
Is he?
What?
In the show Clipped.
Does he not play the rookies there either?
No, he's the coach in the.
Mystic River.
Kevin Bacon's detective Sean Devine.
He's a detective movie.
Oh, they're actually investigating.
and
Sean
Lawrence
Penn.
Fishburne's the other detective.
They're investigating Sean Penn. You have to. Have you ever watched it?
No.
You should watch
Emmy
it.
Rossum's in there, so she's got to be a kid in there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Is it?
It's kind of.
I remember hearing about it. Like,
If I remember correctly, it's kind of disturbing the movie a little bit.
Oh my God, Eli Wallach's in there.
Yeah.
Eli Wallach's in that movie?
Yeah, it says he had to be an old man by that point.
Well, yeah.
But it's good. Yeah, solid. Like I said, I think it won an Oscar.
Does it say if
He
it's
did.
streaming anywhere, like Prime or anything like that?
Streaming
Forest.
the Mystic River.
Oh yeah,
Where is the Mystic
that's
River?
where they
streaming?
get kidnapped and sexually assaulted. So that's the
Don't
whole,
give the.
yeah.
No,
so
I'm not
that's
watching it now.
No, it's good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
You love me a long time.
Yeah, some good.
Did you ever see Brooklyn's Finest?
Who's in that?
Richard Gere, Ethan Hawke, and Don Cheadle.
There ain't many Ethan Hawke movies I've seen. That,
Sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Wasn't he talking Training Day?
Ethan Hawke
With-
was in
with
Training Day,
Denzel?
right? Yeah,
That was a good movie.
that was on today too. Yeah, but
That was
yeah,
solid.
Brooklyn's.
But Brooklyn's Finest, huh? I think I
Yeah.
might have, but maybe not.
It's basically like they're all Brooklyn cops.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes in that movie too.
Yeah.
So they all it's a intertwining. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
Brooklyn, okay.
Narcotics Detectives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Don Cheadle's on the cover with Wesley Snipes, and then Richard Gere is retiring. So it's really interesting. It's a good movie.
Huh. Don Cheadle undercover. What are these people never seen a movie? I'd be like, that's Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Right
What's your
away.
favorite Eddie Murphy movie?
48 Hours.
That's a good one. Coming to America is a good one.
48 Hours is actually a really good cop movie. Like it's
Cop buddy
gritty.
movie.
It's
Didn't
gritty
that
as
really like
shit.
Yeah, didn't that really like start the buddy cop movie genre?
No, Turner Hooch did. Turner and Hooch.
I bet there were more.
Shut your mouth.
What's
I'm kidding.
what's the one?
That was after it, I think.
No, what was the even though they weren't cops?
Let's be
the one
cops.
with Bill Cosby.
the ambulance movie.
Yeah, where the Harvey Keitel.
Yeah,
and-
what was that movie called? The ambulance movie. Him and Bill Cosby. It's like it's a 70s movie.
Oh,
like
Taxi Driver?
No, it's like something in
Oh.
Toots. God, what is it?
shit. Like
Oh shit!
I can't remember, but it's that movie was so dumb.
Damn it! Now I can't remember.
Yeah, it might have been because you had Lethal Weapon, buddy cop movie.
Right.
Not really buddy. They were like buddies. They weren't buddies, but they were together. Yeah, because Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy weren't buddies.
Right.
Neither was like Mel Gibson and Danny Glover.
Right.
That's first, and yeah, buddy Turner and Hooch. I put it up there. They're buddy cops.
Oh no, I can't remember the name of that stupid movie.
Eddie
Mother Jugs and Speed.
Mother Jugs and Speed. It was
Nice.
called. Yeah, yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
And wasn't Robert Culp in that movie?
Yeah.
No, it's Harvey Keitel, wasn't
And
it?
Robert Culp, I think. They were
Larry
both-
Hagman, Raquel Welch.
Maybe Robert. I thought Robert Culp was in it.
I don't know. They don't. Not right
God,
off.
Eddie Murphy
Maybe.
did some really bad.
Dick Butkus.
Oh man, listen to them out on him. That's not from a movie.
The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
Ugh.
Bowfinger. Holy Man.
Oh my god.
He did a movie called Mr. Church.
Oh, look, kids, a star is falling.
Wow.
And then he comes back with Flubber, one of those ones that were the professor.
Nutty Professor.
That and
That
like redid his
It
career.
wasn't
and
bad. That movie
For
was
who? For who?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Daddy Daycare wasn't bad either. I think Jeff
No.
Garland was in it. Jeff Garland with him.
Name some other ones, some flops in there. He did any movie. He had to pay for all those court cases that he was in for punching trannies and stuff. Wasn't that Eddie Murphy?
Empire in Brooklyn,
Oh,
Yeah. See, these are bad.
right?
I think I saw that.
Metro.
Yeah, that was a cop movie, I think.
Yeah. The Life movie with Lawrence or
Hey, Junior.
Grab him by the ear. So there, he had a whole bunch of stinkers.
yeah,
I'm just being nice, you
I
know.
Spy,
Yeah,
The Haunted Mansion,
Yeah, that was a Disney movie.
Norbit.
yeah.
Norbit
not
was.
good.
It wasn't. I haven't seen. I've seen a good amount of those, but then a lot of it was.
I mean, yeah. If you look at Coming to America, there's a few. Then they're really good.
Boomerang was like the first.
Oh, Boomerang was. Yeah, that was kind of off what he did.
Right.
Had a little comedy, but was more of a.
Was that not Martin Lawrence?
I think
Who was-
Jamie Foxx might have been in it.
Is that right?
Martin Lawrence is in that movie.
Yeah,
It's
Martin
with
Lawrence.
Halle Berry and Robin Givens.
The soundtrack was
Oh,
legit.
Robin Givens. Whatever happened to her? She's still around?
The soundtrack was good for that movie.
Yeah, it was.
Remember Robin Givens when she was on Head of the Class?
Right.
Yeah.
Remember what? Oh, that guy too. He's in. Dan Snyder. He's the Netflix guy.
Oh, is he?
The fat kid from Head of the Class.
Oh, he was a Netflix guy.
Yeah. So Robin Givens, him,
I don't think anything been done to him yet. has
Howard
it?
Hessman.
Howard Hessman, yeah.
No, Dan Snyder. He
Yeah, he's in trouble right now, they're saying.
Yeah, I forgot about
Dan
that.
Snyder's he's the Nickelodeon dude.
Yeah.
The
He
big
he
dude,
was
right?
he was the fat kid in Head of the Class.
He was the fat kid in Better Off Dead, right?
No.
I'm sorry. Your mom
Wait.
blew up, Ricky.
I don't know.
God damn it, it is him.
Told you.
Damn, that's good.
You know what? I caught with Jenny there night watching. He's brought up Netflix, and I didn't know how psychotic, how weird the story was. It was a Netflix documentary on that lady that went missing in California. That Lori.
Which one?
Lori. But she went missing for 20 some days, and then they found her.
Okay.
So she's alive.
Right.
But you have to watch the documentary. You'll be like,
what's the name of it?
It's her name, and I can't remember. Let me look it up on Netflix, but I'll tell you.
All right.
You should look. I don't want to tell you anything about it because the story, you might know the story once you watch it because it's all come out. This is news. It's not fake. It's up to date. She's, whatever happened
Right.
to her has happened to her, but she's not dead. Oh, Hard to Love Nickelback, the documentary just popped up on my thing.
Look at this photograph.
How about Not Worst Roommate Ever? God, I can't remember the name of it. I'll find it.
All right.
Talk about something else. I'll find it. Give me a minute.
Yeah, there's quite a few people that say Dan Snyder made her feel uncomfortable. Jamie Lynn Spears, Alex Nicholas was on Zoe 101, Lori Beth Denberg. All these underage girls said he was creepy. He was asking ladies for massages.
Mystic Rivers on Prime.
Oh, let's watch it.
Watch it.
Where are we at in the show now? We've just been bullshitting about movies.
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you want to talk about next?
I don't know.
It's a slow sports week.
Yeah.
Willie Mays died. I don't know if we caught that last time. I think we
no,
caught it the
no, we
day.
didn't.
Yeah, we did because we talked about
It came up on my thing. Yeah,
greatest living baseball
Yeah,
player.
that's right. So it's right at
I forgot about
NBA free agency starts today.
Yeah, a couple people have signed.
Who?
Huh?
Who?
I don't know. They're not nobody. Chris Paul signed with Spurs.
Chris Paul did?
Yeah, 1 year deal.
That's a good
and,
deal.
James Harden's going back to the Clippers.
Who cares?
Yeah,
for 2 years, $35 million. I believe that's or $70 million.
Yeah, what I was going to say about Willie Mays, though, the other day, the Cubs are playing him on Willie Mays Day, and Helio Ramos channels Willie Mays and makes like an over-the-shoulder catch in the outfield. Just a pretty typical catch, but they're like, oh, he channeled Willie Mays. It's like, really?
Oh, Caldwell Pope went to the Magic.
That's
a pretty big deal for Denver.
Yeah.
Andre Drummond went to the 76ers for 2 years, $10 million.
Who's that?
Andre Drummond. He was the Bulls.
Drummond.
Yeah. It's a good pickup for Philly.
Well,
Jonas. Oh my God. Why would you sign with them? Jonas.
Something popped up there.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know. We're losing people. They don't want to hear us talking about the NBA.
Basketball, right. Jonas Valanciunas signed with the Wizards.
Why?
Yeah.
Eric Gordon went back to the Sixers.
It's all about the Benjamins.
Right. Kevin Love's going back to the Heat. Kevin Porter Jr. goes back to the Clippers. Wow. Obi Toppin went back to...
Yeah, back to Pacers.
A lot of guys going back to teams, it sounds like.
Terrible.
Anybody else?
Patrick Williams, Alex Len, Kevin Love, Eric Gordon, Najee Marshall agreed to a 3-year, $27 million with Dallas. Good depth for them. Cade Cunningham's supposed to be signing a 5-year, $226 million extension with the Pistons. Chris Paul only signed for 1 year for $11 million.
Good deal.
Yeah. It was 1 year. I thought that was it. Yeah.
You know, the rumors that LeBron's going to be signing a smaller deal so they can sign other people.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Kendra Perkins says, I'll give you my left toe if he does that.
He said that?
Yeah, Kendra Perkins said that. I give my left toe if he does that.
It's awesome. Kendrick Perkins hates LeBron, and I love it. What do you think about Bronny being drafted?
I'm on both sides. My feeling is this: if he really legitimately, if everybody else in the NBA can sit down and go, that was a fair pick. I'm not an NBA guy. I don't know draft picks for the NBA. If they're NFL, I could probably give you a better feel for it because I felt NFL a little more, and I'm probably still going to give you a pick. You know, to me, a second round pick in the NBA is like a 5th round pick in the NFL or 4th round. It's not. They're so far apart,
right?
And everything else. So I don't know anything about. I know numbers about Bronny,
right?
But his numbers are comparable to the kid that the Bucks drafted. And you know what?
They're actually better.
Yeah. They're
right.
but they're comparable. So it's like
right.
Bucks got and they did draft a kid in the 1st round, which is a lot different. But I don't know if it's a good pick. Good for the Lakers. If they're really risking, if they think that can help their team and he can be a productive part of their team, more power to him. If he was better and could have got picked higher, but it's true that his agent Jake Paul, correct, was going around telling teams, "Oh, he probably won't play if he goes there." So, well, if that's even true, which is very possible.
Yeah, but that happens to non.
Yeah, I get it.
Superstar kids, players. I mean,
but
the guy that the Bucks drafted last year out of Kentucky, the same agent was doing that with other teams.
Yeah.
So,
but to me, to take away from your client to get drafted 5, 6, 8 spots higher, and to me, here's the deal: it's an NBA player. I get it. It's cool to play with your dad, and maybe. We're not LeBron's. We're not on Bronny's head,
right?
Okay, so we don't know, but that's to me, it's about kind of doing your. It's the NBA, so it's not like you. It's there's different. What do you call it? I look at it like different franchises you can go to. It's not just NBA's here and there's a bunch of franchises,
right?
And that's fine. The Lakers took him. It doesn't bother me at all, because it doesn't affect it. My team doesn't affect my team at all. If LeBron, but the problem is if Bronny becomes this really great player, then them muscling people was a bunch of bullshit. Because if some teams said we really wanted him, we would have took him, but we don't want to deal with and that's the problem too. My name ain't muscling.
Right.
I don't want to deal with the bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's easier just to not take him. I'll take somebody else here.
Yeah, but it happened with Kobe. Kobe was telling people not to draft him. Kyle Perry tells that story because he was the head coach for the Nets that year, and they ended up taking Kerry Kittles. But Kobe's agent, who is Rob Pelinka, was telling teams don't draft him because if you draft him, he's going to Italy. So I mean, all that shit happens. You know what I mean?
Well, the Bucks did it with Rashard Griffin, then called his bluff, and that's why he said, "Fuck you, I'm going to Turkey."
Right.
So I mean,
how'd that work out for Rashard Griffin? He sucked.
That's what I'm saying. So here's the thing: the NBA is the NBA. It's just like any other league,
right?
You know what? I'm going to take you. You know what? Go play somewhere else.
Right.
Guess what? You're not going to be what you could be here. Go play in Italy or Turkey or wherever. Because you know what? Great, you're going to make a few bucks, but you're not going to be. And the thing with Brian though, he could honestly leave and go to play to Australia because he don't need the money.
No,
I'm sure his parents. I'm sure they're not just handing him money, but they would help him out you don't want to take my son? Okay, go play in Australia. I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. I mean,
right.
So that's the problem. And you know, though, like I said, the overlying thing is it is what it is.
Right.
It's the big story. Everybody going back and forth about it. Blah blah. It really is. It's not a big deal.
Right.
It's business. It's part of the business. But I will say the one thing I'll end on. I'm sorry. If it's just different in different facets. It's okay sometimes to do stuff like that, but it's not okay. In this situation, it's going to be deemed as okay overall. Everybody loves this. Everybody loves it.
Right. It's a good story.
But if other situations like this would not be looked at the same way.
But it happens. The whole thing is it happens more in the NBA than any other league because it's been shown that sons of NBA players and WNBA players too. Remember Jaden Ivey's, like his mom from Notre Dame. They're like 30% more likely to be sticking with that team. Like I forgot what the stat was, like second, third generation basketball players do better than Right.
I mean, I get it.
Legacy players, right?
He's been in a game his whole life,
right? I mean, remember, Michael Malone. His father was a coach. I had another Bertie Bickerstaff's kid
just got hired today.
Right, just got hired today too. So the nepotism's been going on in the NBA for years. So I hate when it's like, oh, it's nepotism. And like, if it wasn't Bronny James, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like, there was the kid that got drafted to the Kings. I'm trying to think of his fucking name, but his dad played in the NBA for 13 years. So like, why isn't that considered nepotism that he got drafted at 13?
But this is different because he's on a team.
Yeah,
this is the big
agreed.
thing. And that's the thing. The only thing I will say about it, the whole thing is that it's because it's the same. This is why I think it bothers people that are bothered by it. It's LeBron over and over again. The same what he's going to do,
right?
And he does it,
right?
And you know what? And then to come off, well, I don't run the team.
Yes, you do.
Okay,
right.
Why would JJ Redick go there? I have no idea. We talked about that. That is ridiculous. Now I got to deal with this kid. Now I got to deal with this kid. Now what's next? Since LeBron is got pulling triggers.
Why's my kid not playing?
And here's the difference between Giannis and his brother, which people brought that up. I thought was a bunch of bullshit because they didn't draft him, and the nasty doesn't get any time at all. Right. He says end the bench and barely plays when they're up by 20, barely. But the first time Bronny does not get time, guess who's gonna be talking to JJ in the locker room? This is the if I'm JJ Redick, I've been like, hell no,
right?
Because he wants a chance. I get it, Redick. This is a chance to be a coach, and LeBron James is too controlling to let his kid not get minutes.
Right,
that's the problem.
So is Bronny gonna get minutes this year?
I don't think so. I think he's going to South Bay Lakers.
So you don't think he will? I bet he makes the team gets minutes. I bet you $1 million.
That's
what do you want to bet?
I'll bet you $1 million. He will not. He will make that team and get playing time. I'll bet you a dinner. He'll make that team and get more playing time than Thanasty over this next season. Well, Thanasty tore his Achilles, so it's not fair. How about last year? Thanasty's playing time and games he played.
Find out how much it is. Find out how much it is first.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about the bet. But
so if that's the case, why did the Bucks draft a guy that's not going to play for 3 years when they could have drafted Bronny?
But you know what? Bronny and him are comparable.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Neither one really played
the difference.
Ball.
I will bang on the Bucks pick because that guy was taken in the first round. Bronny wasn't.
Right.
So
but why wouldn't the Bucks have taken Bronny in that situation if he's going to be starting in the NBA this year and the Bucks guy's not? He's probably 2 or 3 years out.
Well, that's just my guess. He's not starting.
I know. No, he's going to play.
Do you think Bronny will make the team?
I don't.
I don't think he's going to make it right away. He's going to get called up though and play. They have to.
Right.
They have to.
Right.
He's making the team.
You think he's going to make it right out?
Christ, no.
That's going to be awesome.
The nasty makes the team every year. You have 12 NBA. There are 12 guys who can dress, right, for NBA games.
12 can dress, but 12. I think they carry 15.
He is dressing every game this year.
No,
there is no way he isn't because that 12 man does not matter.
You're saying he's going to dress every game?
He does not matter. Thanasty dresses every game.
I don't think he's going to make it.
And Bronny is probably better than Thanasty. I will say that.
Let's iron out this bet because if we say right now that he's going to dress for every game, I would say no.
How about more games played and more minutes than Thanasty? They make it more of a number thing. Well, you're saying he's going to start down in nowhere. If he at least he's on the team.
I think he's going to start in G League or whatever. He's got to.
He's going to be at the South Bay Lake.
He's going to start.
They have to.
D-League.
They have to.
Yeah.
Whatever they call
He's
it.
developmental prospect.
I'm being funny. G League.
The D League. That's what I was in.
He's nuts league.
That's how I paid
He's
for
nuts.
college.
Right.
I was in the D League for a couple years.
I think he's going to be on the team. I really do. Because the 12th man NBA, and I guess like I said, I don't care. They picked him. Doesn't matter. There's you couldn't name, for even the biggest NBA fan, you can name the 8, 9 guys on the roster. The other guys like, okay, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he plays there. But when you watch from the year, you know the rotations.
I just know that Jackson guy in the Bucks.
Do you know the 12th player on the Pacers? Probably not. You know the 12th player on the Knicks? Probably not. These are Boston?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I do know the Pacers and San Antonio because every time I go to game, all the stars are fucking sitting. So, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, Obi Toppin.
But you know,
there's Wemby in a nice orange hat.
There's a very good chance.
I used to be that guy that know like the 12th guy for those.
But
teams.
there's a very good chance that Bronny. Look at it this way: the Bucks carried Jack Haley for 2 years, and he dressed every game,
right?
Because he was Dennis Rodman's babysitter.
Jeff Jankowski, LeBron's kid, will be dressed every game. I guarantee it. In Charles Barkley's voice. He's a knucklehead.
See, Jeff's on my side. He brings a glove to baseball games, though. So
he tried to talk me into it. I ran into him right before we went to the Brewers game the other day. He's like, "You taking your glove, Ed? Taking your glove?"
Using Rick's line. He brought a catcher's mitt. He wanted to make all the catches tough. That was great when Rick wrote that.
Could have used 2 hands with a catcher's mitt. Oh,
nice.
Shit.
Ed wore a mask and a catcher's mitt. So you throw a mask
Throw
off.
the mask, turn my back to home plate every time. What's going on?
Where's the ball?
I know I was a catcher back in the day. Can you imagine that? It would be awesome. Watching a guy just turn his back every time.
But remember, LeBron's original quote was that his last year that he wanted to play with Bronny, not this year. His last year in the league, he wants to play with Bronny. So if
his other kid's going to be up by that time,
the other kid's going to be better than Bronny.
Well, yeah, that's
always the case. The youngest kid's always like
Shut
usually.
Up. I was the oldest.
You were what?
I was the oldest.
Again, the youngest.
Like he said. Who was the youngest?
Well, my sister was, but my brother.
She's a good softball player.
She was a really good softball player, actually. Yeah. She'd do better nowadays because back then they didn't have the coaching that they have now.
Right.
She was stealing bases, taking pitches back then, and they
taking people
back
out
then, and they're like, "Why aren't you getting more hits? You only got 12 hits." She's like, "Yeah, but I've been on base 28 straight times." It's like, and then stole 30 bases. But
right.
They didn't see it. It's weird.
Not to change subject, but like speaking of baseball, like thinking of this today, how I don't know if we talked about this before, how they're not sliding in double plays now today. They're running through.
Yeah.
Like either running through or running.
Well, they
around the
swerve
base.
right at the end.
Right. But they're not sliding how they used to. And
because they're trying to avoid injury. My problem with Major League Baseball is every slide is head first now. And these guys are injuring their thumbs and their hands constantly.
Right. Have you noticed all these
Kitty
guys?
Cat's laying on the ground like he got shot by a sniper every time he steals a base.
Right. And you see all these like hand guards that they're wearing now, like the mittens. So they're like going to.
I can't remember. I mean, maybe a couple times I slid head first. Man, we never got hurt. I was tripping. I blew a hammy and fell forward.
I just got this on my notes. The GM for the Lakers has called Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
to kick the tires. That would be LeBron James that called him.
Right.
GM.
That's what
they
it says.
spelled LeBron wrong.
LeBron. He said, "We need you on the team so you can you and my son can rotate at the 4 or 3." That's what it says. At the 3. That's what it says.
If I'm Klay, I'm going to the Mavericks.
If I'm Klay, I'm coming to Milwaukee.
Oof. Good spot for him.
It would be if they could afford it. But the only thing about Klay, he might be washed.
Yeah,
because his shooting was terrible. And if he can't shoot a 3, he is worthless.
So
I'm not being an asshole. He had another great career.
Right.
He's like Kyle Hendricks. Once you lose that spot in the baseball, he can't do it. He can't play.
Do you think the Bucks need another 3-point shooter?
It'd be nice to have a Klay Thompson. It would, because that's what the
yeah. I mean, really, because
it can't hurt you.
Because like Connaughton, they thought was going to be that guy, and
they're
he
talking
wasn't.
about trading Connaughton.
Right. He's not that guy.
Yeah.
He's not that guy.
Right.
He's not consistent enough either.
Who's the other
They
white
got
kid?
that Green.
AJ Green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that last game we were at, he was throwing up bricks like it was going out of style.
Yeah, he was an ugly kid with ugly shots.
Although every game we went to before, I went to a couple. He shot
He
decent.
shot
That game he
decent.
shot terrible.
I don't understand why they didn't.
You need that guy coming off the bench to do that.
Filipowski would have been a kid that I would have took instead of the guy they took.
They don't have no Mormon churches. That's why he went to Utah, right?
Yeah.
Well, the airport's not big enough, so that's
He went to Utah.
Right.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that part.
Yeah, that's why I was almost kind of maybe he told people I'm going to Utah. If I don't go to Utah, I don't want to play. I'm not being funny. Maybe that's what his girlfriend.
You never know.
That would fucking be ridiculous.
Because he's a Mormon. He wanted to be close to Utah. Maybe I don't know.
Super soaker capital of the world.
Soaking capital.
Super soaker. He said, "I love it."
Are they going in the Great Salt Lake? What are you talking about? Soaking.
Just shake the bed. Just shake the bed.
Jesus Christ.
What's with the generator on the corner of the bed?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here?
We're just sitting on top of the dryer. the washing machine.
Hey, the load's unbalanced. Fix it. No, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
I think I came.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like the Live and PGA Tour are going to resolve their differences either, from what everyone's saying.
Wow.
So
they're going to keep having live players win their big tournaments.
Right.
Get close.
Yeah. Did you see that they're talking about holding a Live tournament in Tacoma where Jordan Spieth won the U.S. Open?
Oh, Washington.
Yeah. So they're kind of.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on. I mean, it was actually a pretty good week here for the 4th of July, coming up to the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Seeing some things in the...
Yeah, golf. I don't know who won. I know that... I'm trying to think of his name.
Who today you're talking about?
Yeah.
I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, the women had like a team event.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool concept.
So Cam won. Davis.
Who did?
Cam Davis.
Cam Davis won.
Yeah, and Davis Thompson, Minwoo Lee. I don't know who this other guy is. Akshay Bhatia.
Bhatia was in the yeah. He's a dude that lost the ball in a drain.
Oh yeah. On the first day or second day?
Second day. Yeah. So he had to have a guy come over. That's my ball.
Yeah, they Cam Young was 6th. He finished pretty high.
Scheffler didn't win. He didn't play.
He was off this week. Yeah.
He'd won.
He's won too many. Shipley, the rookie, right? The amateur. No, Shipley came in 20th, minus 11.
Nice. Can't cash that check.
Yeah. No shit. How much would he? Did I say? Oh, he does say how much he made.
See the 16-year-old?
No, he's that. Have you ever set that guy golf with Tiger? That one.
Yeah.
Pretty good golfer. Well, he shot minus 11, so he's pretty good.
Well, I just looked at Pascal Siakam moved to. Where did he go to?
He stayed.
Oh, he stayed.
He stayed in Indiana. OG Anunoby stayed with the Knicks. The Knicks.
Was it 5 years, $200 million, or 4
yeah?
Years,
There was like
he
signed under. Yeah, he signed under what the max is. So yeah,
5 years, 250. Are you kidding me?
Or that guy?
But their team's gonna be.
Yeah, I think the Knicks right now.
Kate Cunningham stayed. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
he can't cash his $113,000 check.
$113,000. That's like life-changing money.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least to get you that trailer that moves.
Right.
100,000.
113,000.
Good for him.
Yeah.
But he can't cash it because he's only 16.
Amateur.
So he gets nothing.
So you can accept NIL money, but he can't accept a winning check from a tournament.
Right.
Slippery slope we're living. Slippery slope.
Yeah.
So where's that money go?
It should be split amongst the other guys.
Yep.
The Dumpster reported that we were pumped up that maybe Patrick Kane might come back to Chicago this year. They were talking.
Re-sign with the Red Wings.
Staying in Detroit.
That was going to be my next thing.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I just saw it come up too.
Jace just sent it to me. Yeah. So
Jace is on top of stuff.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him come back to Chicago for 1 year.
Why?
He had a good year with the Wings.
Be nice to see. Good little veteran come hang out. Like Bronny, get some minutes.
Bronny? What number did Bronny?
Big Bronny Kane.
What number did Bronny end up picking?
Hope 69. That'd be great. Oh. No, he got whatever number he wanted because Daddy said he gets whatever number he wants. You give it up.
Yeah.
Right now.
For a box of ho-hos.
What? Magic Johnson, 32? It doesn't matter. You get 32.
Right.
Oh, Kobe was 8? No, you can wear 8. Doesn't matter.
I hope nobody signs with the Lakers just to like spite LeBron.
I don't know if they can afford. Well, they're gonna go. I don't know how they afford. How come the Bucks can't afford guys, but they can? Well, they're paying the money because they can. They're talking about
because Bronny turned down his $54 million option.
Well, he's grabbing some.
He said he's going to sign for less so they can sign other guys.
Kendrick Perkins said he called us left toe, like I told you, or his big toe, not left toe.
That'd be a lot. That's a lot of fucking flesh for Kendrick. Have you seen how big he is?
That big toe's like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Right.
So, well, I don't know. So, anything else, guys?
I can't think of anything other than
No,
we talked about.
We talked about Beverly Hills Cop and Mystic River.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear another?
Axel F.
You hear an umpire got suspended
No.
for gambling?
Yeah.
Are you serious? A baseball umpire?
Yep.
God, these guys are idiots.
If I can,
Idiot. Oh, it's stupid. I mean, I don't. I'm not a gambler myself, so I don't understand. Maybe it is, hard to stop. Or
he didn't bet at any baseball games, but there's enough evidence for them to suspend him.
yeah, so he did probably. Well, no, they would fire him for baseball.
It won't let me open it.
So
Yeah, because it's probably bugged. I want to make sure if you're not gambling too, because you can't get on the bench warmers. You get fined if you gamble on the bench warmers. Just so you know, Tim. So
What's that?
You get banned if you gamble and you're part of the bench warmers. So Ed's watching you.
Want to bet?
it always feels like
Somebody's watching me.
Little Rockwell, was that his name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rockwell, yeah.
That was Michael Jackson, though,
Michael
singing
Jackson
that part.
singing, yeah.
They're cousins.
Michael Jackson came out. He was like 230 million in the hole or something when he died.
Giggity.
He was in 230 million throwing me in holes. You said, wait, what's going on here?
That was just Macaulay and Corey Feldman.
Oh, I watched another documentary the other day. It was about I forgot. God bless it. No, I'm not happy because I was gonna tell you about it. It was a decent documentary. Oh, the one about the Brat Pack.
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh,
was
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It was very good.
I it was kind of weird how it was recorded and stuff, and I'm like, kind of like,
Yeah,
it's a-
artsy.
yeah, and I didn't like how it was like, woe was us because someone called us a Brat Pack and we couldn't get jobs. You guys just weren't great actors. You were okay. I didn't.
They
get
were
the-
professional actors, is what they kind of make it out, but
It's like-
they wouldn't even get a view because they were like, well, we're not going to show. We don't want to. These guys are child actors.
yeah.
They were kind of stuck in between.
Right. Mason Plumlee agreed to a deal with the Suns.
You know, when they were filming that, it was funny. And now I've been to New York in like 5 years now, and where we ran into Andrew McCarthy, we had pizza with him. We were sitting, at the same table with him, and when they showed some of the New York scenes, I was like, man, that looks familiar. It was like right across the street from where we ate pizza with him, so that's his neighborhood, I'm guessing.
Okay.
I mean, he said more on that stupid show. When he sat with us at the table, he was like a quiet, like he's a very artistic, like meek kind of guy.
Yeah.
He was very quiet. I talked to his kid more than
You probably
him.
scared the shit out of him.
No, his kid brought his toys with him, and I was like, oh, what a jip. Amber wouldn't let me bring my toys to when we went to eat pizza. And Andrew starts laughing, and he's like, hey, let him play with your toys. I'm like, hey, I'm from Wisconsin.
The Bulls offered Zach Levine for Andrew Wiggins and Chris Paul, but the Warriors said no.
I would too.
Yeah,
I don't know about the
What would the
financial
Bulls
part.
want with Chris Paul and Andrew Wiggins?
They would probably would have flipped Paul
Yeah.
Yeah.
on that expiring deal.
Yeah, and got a draft pick. They could have got a top 10 pick draft pick.
Jeff asked
When you guys went to the Brewer Cup game, I hope you didn't get hurt on the escalator. It never would have happened in Wrigley.
well, that happened on Saturday. We were lucky we weren't there.
Right.
But you're right. Wrigley, you rock on ramps, no escalators.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why
It's like
everybody-
the old days.
That's why everybody in Chicago is so skinny.
Sorry, I just choked on some beef sandwich or something.
Wow. You just
I
choked-
grabbed one when I went to the
you
bathroom.
just choked on our Portillos.
Oh my god. Yeah. and So anybody we didn't really talk about the Haktua girl. I just mentioned it a little bit.
Not
That was a pretty big, cultural phenomenon.
She's making money
yeah.
Yeah, good for her.
on shirts, hats, I guess.
She was in who did I say she was on stage with?
Some band you said, yeah.
Nickelback?
No, country singer.
Kane?
Luke Bryant.
Luke Bryant.
Yeah.
Luke Bryant.
So good for her, you know. I mean, she's getting her 15 minutes. Maybe she should sell some hats.
I believe she signed with a legit talent agency. Not legit. We were being funny last night, but I believe a legit talent, not like some dirty one. It was legit.
The Edmonton Oiler titty girl has got a spread in Playboy.
Yeah. That's why I think this one's heading that way too, kind of.
She's skinny.
This one? Or
yeah,
the other?
the Hawk Tour girl's skinny.
Is she? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And the Edmonton Oiler
I'll
girl.
still look at her naked, I guess. I don't know.
She's not.
You'll still name a sock after her.
No, I'm a little old now, so I'm looking for the Haktua grandma. You know, the one can't get any spit because she's got dry mouth, you know, walking her up.
Okay, Matt
Looks like Bart Carner's on the pommel horse.
I like when LeBron comes out. The dust.
I'm done using LeBron. I'm going with other people. Bart Carner was his name,
Yeah,
right?
Bart Connor. Yeah, the pommel horse guy.
Remember they put the chalk on their hands?
Yeah. Can you imagine that grandma like trying to get the spit together? It's like we're halfway through Wheel of Fortune. I'm already ready to go to bed, you know?
Fucking set of dentures at your forehead.
Spits her dentures out on her. like Beetlejuice.
Are those wind up?
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what kind of sucks now. Yeah. We're way closer in age to the Haktua grandma than the Haktua girl.
Right.
Not even close either, you know. Maybe her mom, we're closer to her age.
Right. That'll be the end of the tour. And this is the Haktua grandma sock right here.
The dancing
It's
Haktuas.
it's in a case with lights on it. Look, it's got lasers pointing at it so you can't steal it.
Over and under before McAfee has her on the show.
Oh, did you see McAfee flip out about the ESPN thing?
No.
So, they gave out the Pat Tillman Award. ESPN does to somebody that goes above and beyond in the sports.
Yes, the ESPY. They do it at the
It's like at the
every-
ESPYs, yeah. And they're giving it to Prince Harry just to piss everybody off because he's one of their guys. Type. I think they gave it to Bruce Jenner a few years ago, or
Caitlyn.
Yeah.
No, she got a different award. She got
She got Woman of the Year award.
No, she got
Yes, she did.
Not
Got Woman
from
of
the
Year.
ESPYs.
Something like that.
It was
yeah.
something about there wasn't
ESPN pulls this shit out every 5 years to keep their name in the.
Well, Prince, they said it now they're doing it because the ESPYs were like in February.
I don't know.
No, they're coming up because it's that day after the All-Star break. There's no games at all.
Yeah, right.
No
right.
hockey or nothing.
That's
there's
what-
like that one day a year.
Yep.
There's no sports. Yeah, so it's in 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, and McAfee
Well,
was
Prince Harry
flipping
did
out like,
fight.
why is he getting it?
He was in the army, but
Yeah, he was.
a lot of people were though.
Yeah, he was flying in helicopters.
You have
and
to
shit.
be. I think
yeah.
you have to serve. That's another country you have to serve.
Yeah, I mean they could afford to lose him because he's really not their kid, because obviously look at him, he looks nothing like the rest of the family.
Karina Retta is probably the best looking one in the family.
Yeah, he's pretty for sure.
Oh.
But that's Diana's horse riding instructor. You ever see the picture?
Yeah,
exactly like him. It's his dad. I mean, there's no. That's why when they say, "Oh, he abdicated," no, they know he's not from the family. I mean, I don't know. He's the only guy with fucking straight teeth. It's like,
hello.
you look like you're
What's the other kid's name?
William.
Hello, I'm Prince William. Hi, I'm Harry. Hey, I'm Harry. Hey, how you doing?
You sound like you're from London.
And then you go, no, Harry, you do not sound like you're from London. Not at all, Harry.
It's like he looks out there like he's a good-looking guy, for a redheaded guy.
What do you do the conversation with Meghan Markle? Like Bianca goes, I'm not really part of the royal family. Fuck.
Yeah. I just gave away my suitcase for that stupid fucking show.
What am I doing here?
I had $250 the last time. What was that show?
A Suits.
No, where they did the she held where they opened up the game show.
Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, Deal or No Deal.
But she was in the show Suits too.
Oh, was
the
she?
actual the
sitcom.
Netflix.
Yeah.
The lawyer show.
The rom-com.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a decent show. I watched a little bit. I watched a couple.
No, she's not bad looking for a white girl.
Well, who is the one Prince William's wife had cancer, right?
That's what they say.
Yeah, I think she had cancer or has cancer or something like that. Kate, what's her name?
Princess Kate?
Catherine? No.
Princess Cat.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't keep up on that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's getting an award for like a humanitarian thing, and it's like, oh my god, you couldn't have picked some other athlete, like.
Well, picked an actual. Usually they pick an actual show. So for the Ted Tillman, it's It's not an athlete.
Yeah,
it's a
why
person
couldn't they pick
usually.
Villanueva or somebody that's actually served?
I think it's a
I mean, he
person.
has too, but
I don't know.
yeah, I mean, he doesn't need the award.
Yeah,
for he's one of the richest guys that really never had to work in his life.
Does he live here now? Did he
I
move?
think they live in LA. Yeah.
That's why she ain't acting again.
Never thought.
Maybe
They had that Netflix deal where they got hundreds of millions of dollars for that or whatever.
Yeah.
And they didn't produce shit. They had a podcast. They only produced like 3 shows. We can do 3 shows tonight.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it. So
who's that?
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They had a podcast and they got paid like some big money for it. And they never put out any shows. It was like 3. And they're like, oh, they were wonderful. But I mean, we could do 3 shows sitting on our heads right now.
We could.
Probably. Anything else? I saw Kenosha's population on the new signs. 99,986. We couldn't break 100.
We were over 100 a couple years ago.
Were we?
So it dropped.
Yeah. Oh, I said all we need was 14 people. 14 people. We could. Obviously, they didn't count the house across from my dad's. There's like 14 people living in their damn basement. I'm not even joking. There's like people coming out of all the windows and doors in that place. I don't know. Whatever. So we were close. I mean, I'm going to send them a letter, whoever did the survey, because it's like, yeah, you missed 69-23. I don't know.
Anything else, Tim?
I had nothing else.
I did see a lady the other day in a car with the windows rolled up with a dog in the back, and she was smoking in there. And I'm like, you know what? That dog didn't sign up for that. Can you imagine him? Now he's going to have to get a tracheotomy. He's going to be like, through his neck,
You just sound like Tim the Toolman Taylor just now.
It's like trying to bark and it's coming out his hole in his neck.
Yeah.
Dog. Just like, I'm like, what the hell, lady? Open the damn window.
He's like, son of a bitch. You a back dog smoking?
Yeah, he's
well, I might as well.
His fur stinks all day, he's got.
What kind of car was it?
I don't remember.
Was it newer, older?
Yeah, it was a little older. I just thought that I felt bad for the dog, It's like, oh, what if he gets lung cancer? They take him into the vet and it's like, oh, what's wrong with our dog? Because my dogs get tumors all the time, those subcutaneous tumors. And oh, your dog's got lung cancer. What is he got? What do you live in a house with mesothelioma or what? Well, I do smoke with the windows up in the car in the middle of the summer.
And a person too. How would you smoke with the windows up? Even
don't
a
know.
person. Oof.
In this day and age, you rarely see people like most people smoke outside their house even now.
Yeah.
They rarely.
Right.
I mean, did you, Timmy, or did you smoke inside too?
I smoked outside.
Outside, yeah. That's what I see most people do because it's just it does taint everything.
Yeah.
I know as a painter, I come into a house, we can't paint the upper corners on if it's white and we go in to paint it white again, it just yellows almost instantly as we paint. Once it starts drying, you'll see it turn yellow and orange.
Really?
Oh yeah. You got to like wash them. You got to wash the walls and the ceilings.
Yeah, I had the one apartment that I had when I lived above from Whammer because the landlord smoked, so I smoked, but I stopped. So
yeah,
it's disgusting.
Well, at least you don't do it anymore.
No.
It's all gummies for him now. he takes all his smoking in gummy form.
Gummies and pizza place naps.
High fructose corn syrup gummies.
Yeah.
Tim was a sleepyhead.
Yeah, maybe 2 edibles were too many.
Yeah.
Should have took 1. Learned a lesson.
Yeah.
Test them out first.
We took one and
right.
Willie took one. He was okay.
Was he though?
He probably yeah.
Yeah.
So any closing thoughts then, Tim?
My closing thoughts?
Yeah.
It's going to be a rough rest of the summer watching baseball. So
yeah, and I got Marquee this year now. It's just a waste of money.
Hey, at least they showed the Chicago Sky games.
Yeah, and I did watch like the Kerry Wood game again today.
Nice, yeah.
When I woke up, I was like, oh.
You know, it's actually been a lot of fun watching it. I don't know if you do it, is when they show the minor league games, or they show like
Yeah, the
Iowa,
Iowa.
Myrtle Beach,
South Bend.
Yeah, I'll watch them once in a while.
Yeah,
Turn them on for a little bit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been fun. So again, I hope they figure out a direction where they're going, and I really hope they don't go on another like hot streak the month before the trade deadline and end up adding like, you know, marginal relief pitchers just to get swept out of the first round.
Yeah, which they should have done like a month ago, and they would be 8 games higher in the standings.
Well, the trade deadline is July now, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's even like the 31st. I think
sooner
it's
now, right?
It's like the 25th. I
Yeah,
think.
it's the
or
week.
is it later?
I thought it's like right after the All-Star game. Let me look.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be
the All-Star break deadline used to be the 1st of August or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought they moved it back, and I thought it was a good idea. I don't know. We thought it was a good idea because it's
July 30th.
Oh, so it's still the same.
Yeah.
about the same. They didn't move it. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, a month from today.
Yeah, and then they're gonna go, well, we're way out of it because our bullpen sucks. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah, well, no
watch them
shit.
win like 11 in a row and be like a game out of the last playoff spot, or be like entrenched in like the first playoff spot.
And then they're gonna have
Wild
to
card.
give up like Cade Horton to get a marginal relief pitcher for the playoffs. To get Travis Scott or whatever his name is.
Travis Scott. He's a rapper.
I don't know. Yeah, you're
No,
right.
Travis Barker. He meant
Travis Barker.
Oh, he's a drummer. Oh, sorry.
That's Pink's husband, right?
No, he is.
That's Travis Pastrana.
Kardashian.
Oh yeah, that's
No, he's
pastrami's a sandwich.
No,
Pastrana.
No, he's married to the other guy. It's no, it's not that guy. She's married to. I can see him because I used to watch. He owns a tattoo shop in Vegas. His name's in it too. The hell's his name?
Jesse James.
Only place we can figure it out.
We should just have
that's my final thought.
Wikipedia should just be our
Pink's
sponsor.
husband, Carrie Hart.
Carrie Hart.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it's Hart.
I wear my son. Oh, no,
Wrong,
sorry.
Carrie Hart.
That's Corey Hart
Um,
from the Brewers.
Corey Hart.
Uh,
Yes.
Okay, I got a question for you guys.
All right.
Boxers.
Will Chamberlain.
No, listen. 2 blonde twins. One's a 10 that you can have sex with once. The second's a 7 that you can bang every day for a year.
The 7.
Which do you choose?
It's a trick question.
10 once, 7 every day for a year.
It's a trick question.
Go ahead, answer it.
I'm gonna go with. Let me think. So 10 once.
Yeah.
Are the 7 every day for a year?
Yeah.
It's a riddle. This is a riddle.
Riddle.
I'm gonna say I'm going with Tim.
You're going with the 10?
Yeah. No.
You're going with the 7 every.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the same scenario, but this time the twins are girls.
God damn it.
I got you good.
Even Jordan thinks it's funny.
Sick of your shit, Ed.
Oh shit.
Hey, you want to help me drive on Ed's lawn after the show?
Sure. No, poop on it after.
Jared did last time he was here.
Pooped on? He pooped on your
No,
lawn?
he drove across it on accident, got stuck. Did he had to pull him out?
That was cool.
When was it? Where'd I go that time? I was out of the country.
With what car?
No, I
His
was
old
out of the
truck. His
country.
old truck.
He went like off the edge
He
into
backed
the
out
ditch.
and he backed into like the
culvert.
culvert type. Yeah, he got stuck.
Wrecked my rose bushes.
Giggity.
That's what you get for Sean. That's what you get for Shauna's back seat.
Yeah. I wrecked Shauna's back seat and Jared wrecked my culvert.
Giggity.
That's funny shit. I don't care who you are.
Scott, final thoughts.
No, we're gonna be off for a couple weeks.
Aw.
Every should have a good 4th of July.
We'll still be together.
Yeah. I'll be gone next week, so I won't see you guys.
Yeah.
I'll be in Louisville.
Louisville, huh?
Yeah.
Home of the wooden bat.
Yep. Home of the. Yeah, might go see minor league game. Hope
Go
they're in
see a
town.
Bats game?
Yeah, I might if they're in town. We'll try.
Big stadium right there.
Yeah, it's right
stadium.
downtown too.
Yeah.
It's nice. Been there on back tour twice, so I'll probably want to do that again.
Yeah.
But it was fun. So yeah, going there, and then we'll be off for a week. We'll be back. So hope everybody has a good week. Not a lot. Hope the Cubs win a couple games here, and
No, we don't.
yeah, that's true. Let's get this pain over with. So once again, for Ed and Tim, we are the Basement Benchwarmers. Everybody have a great 4th of July, safe and healthy, and we'll
America.
see you in a couple weeks. Take care.
I hate goodbyes.
Sorry, folks, park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give them more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Feels so good. Feels so good. Feels